When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes, and accordingly all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty, to throw off such government and to provide new gods for their future security. Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former systems of government. The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having indirect object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. To prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world. He has refused his assent to laws, the most wholesome and necessary for the public good. He has forbidden his governors to pass laws of immediate and pressing importance, unless suspended in their operation till his assent should be obtained. And when so suspended, he has utterly neglected to attend to them. He has refused to pass other laws for the accommodation of large districts of people, unless those people would relinquish their right of representation in the legislature, a right inestimable to them and formidable to tyrants only. He has called together a legislative body that places unusual, uncomfortable, and distant from the depository of their public records, for the sole purpose of fatiguing them into compliance with his measures. He has dissolved representative houses repeatedly for opposing with manly firmness his invasions on the rights of the people. He has refused for a long time, after such dissolutions, to cause others to be elected, whereby the legislative power, incapable of annihilation, have returned to the people at large for their exercise, the state remaining in the meantime exposed to all the dangers of invasion from without and convulsions within. He has endeavored to prevent the population of these states, for that purpose obstructing the laws for naturalization of foreigners, refusing to pass others to encourage their migrations hither, and raising the conditions of new appropriations of land. He has obstructed the administration of justice by refusing his assent to laws for establishing judiciary powers. He has made judges dependent on his will alone for the tenure of their offices and the amounts and payment of their salaries. He has erected a multitude of new offices and sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people and eat out their substance. He has kept among us, in times of peace, standing armies without the consent of our legislatures. He has affected to render the military independent of and superior to the civil power. He has combined with others to subject us to a jurisdiction foreign to our Constitution and unacknowledged by our laws, giving his assent to their acts of pretended legislation, for quartering large bodies of armed troops among us, for protecting them by a mock trial from punishment for any murders which they should commit on the inhabitants of these states, for cutting off our trade with all parts of the world, for imposing taxes on us without our consent, for depriving us in many cases of the benefits of trial by jury, for transporting us beyond seas to be tried for pretended offenses, for abolishing the free system of English laws in a neighboring province, establishing therein an arbitrary government, and enlarging its boundaries so as to render it at once an example and fit instrument for introducing the same absolute rule into these colonies, for taking away our charters, abolishing our most valuable laws, and altering fundamentally the forms of our government, for suspending our own legislatures and declaring themselves invested with power to legislate for us in all cases whatsoever. He has abdicated government here by declaring us out of his protection and waging war against us. He has plundered our seas, ravaged our coasts, burned our towns, and destroyed the lives of our people. He is at this time transporting large armies of foreign mercenaries to complete the work of death, desolation, and tyranny, already begun with circumstances of cruelty and perfidy, scarcely paralleled in the most barbarous ages, and totally unworthy the head of a civilized nation. He has constrained our fellow citizens, taken captive on the high seas, to bear arms against their country, to become the executioners of their friends and brethren, or to fall themselves by their hands. He has excited domestic insurrections among us, and has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of our frontiers the merciless Indian savages, whose known rule of warfare is an indistinguished destruction of all ages, sexes, and conditions. In every stage of these oppressions, we have petitioned for redress in the most humble terms. Our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury. A prince whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant is unfit to be the ruler of a free people. Nor have we been wanting in attentions to our British brethren. We have warned them from time to time of attempts by their legislature to extend an unwarrantable jurisdiction over us. We have reminded them of the circumstances of our emigration and settlement here. We have appealed to their native justice and magnanimity, and we have conjured them by the ties of our common kindred to disavow these usurpations, which would inevitably interrupt our connections and correspondence. They too have been deaf to the voice of justice and of consanguinity. We must therefore acquiesce in the necessity which denounces our separation, and hold them as we hold the rest of mankind, enemies in war, in peace friends. We, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America, in General Congress assembled, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rectitude of our intentions, do in the name and by authority of the good people of these colonies solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are, and of a right ought to be, free and independent states, that they are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved, and that as free and independent states they have full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and to do all other acts and things which independent states may of right do. And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
What's up, guys? Boy, that is hitting a little different now. That Declaration of Independence. How you guys doing? Wasn't expecting to do a live today, or tonight. I did one this morning, and I did a member video, and I asked you guys if you wanted me to do one. You said yeah, so here we are. So let's see if some people show up. If some people show up and we do something, then we'll keep it going. You know what I mean? But if not, then that's all right, because I already did one already. How you doing, Samantha? Good to see you. Casey, how are you, man? Samantha. Josh, how are you, sir? Good to see you, brother. Josh, I got to get back to you, man. I've been messed up, brother. So I'm sorry. I seen your message, but I just I haven't been thinking about that kind of stuff, man. But I'll get back to you, man. Thank you. Hello, all. GOW, Secura. How are you, man? I'm feeling a little better today, though. Not gonna lie. Can you guys do me a favor and hit that like button and share this video, please? And thank you. I really appreciate that. Let's see. Oh, this is weird. Thank you, Samantha. I'm gonna say I'm live there. Then I'll put it in the Living in the Future group. Okay, glad you understood, man. I saw it, and when I saw it, I was all messed up when I had saw it, Josh. So, and again, I'm not even planning on doing one today, to be honest with you. Just doesn't feel right. But I do feel better that the alleged assailant, is caught, and it looks like it was him. And now we're having a battle of what side of the aisle he was on, the narrative battle, which we'll talk about a little bit today. And again, I'm going to change the format of this channel. It ain't going to be just all Bitcoin. It's going to be a lot of things on this channel. So, sweating and smiling together. Hey, Adam, how are you, sir? Good to see you. Really good to see you. Hey, Meggies, how are you? Love you, Megs. You know that. It's good to see you, Meggie. Adam and Lori. I'll put you guys on the wheel. Let's see here. Yeah, things have been a little different for me, obviously. Been weird, man. It's just been so weird, crazy just to see people's reactions to what happened to that man. And again, I don't agree with everything Charlie Kirk says, but I mean, to people be dancing on his grave like that, I don't know how people can be a Democrat in today's world. I don't, man. These people, the Democrat Party that I knew and love is not here anymore. It's just not, man. You know what I mean? So Maggie, it's good to see you, honey. This did hurt my heart, man. Did it ever, Adam? Did it ever? Ian, what's up, brother? I mean, Ian. Sharper and Sword, what's up? Your picture reminds me of Ian's picture, man. Sharper, how are you, sir? Good to see you, man. Very good to see you, Sharper. Let me get you guys on the wheel. Good to see you, man. Being with you guys makes me feel better, man. Not gonna lie about that. So, put Fanny on the wheel here. Maggie, put you right here. And I'll put Anonymous. Let's see who we got. Adam, got you on here, right? Yep. Yeah, we're gonna do some spins, guys. If enough people come in. Adam and Lori. Good to see you guys, man. Sweating and smiling together. Love that, man. Love that. Let's see, Shakira. Lur. Tough week, wasn't it, guys? My goodness, man. I would never wish death upon anybody, man. You know what I mean? A lot of people on the left I don't like. I don't want them to freaking die. You know what I mean? It's just sickening, man. The shit I done seen on this last few days. It's absolutely sickening, man. Grasshopper, how are you, man? Hey, Jerry, we made it to Friday, fam. We did. Grasshopper, very good to see that smile. Grasshopper, very good to see that smile, man. It's been tough. Been tough. Good to see you, Grasshopper. Let me put you on the wheel, man. But I did a little bit of an epic rant today on my show this morning, and I'll play it for you. And I was getting heated about people getting mad at me about only talking about Bitcoin. You know what I mean? The Hick, how are you, sir? Good to see you. Okay, we got a couple people coming in. So if you leave, just let me know, or I can take you off the wheel, please, and thank you. Sharper Rajatson Robin has Jamison's Lopes channel have new videos about Nas first core topic. Have not yet watched them though. Jameson Lopes. Rajat and Robin has Jameson Lopes channel have new videos. No, I didn't see that. I did not see that. Thank you for letting me know that. On a good note, I just stacked more sats using my fold card at Costco. Nice. That's how you do it, sir. That's how you do it. How's everybody doing, man? I got a lot of people on this wheel, and I don't see some people. Something happened on Striker. Oh, man. Mr. 5000. Look at this. Mr. 5000 sends in 5,000 big ones. Thank you, Mr. 5000. That's a big, big zap. I appreciate this, man. But I'm going to show you guys some clips that don't have anything to do with Bitcoin. And what we're going to do here, guys, is we're going to strive for freedom by exposing the liars, no matter what side they're on the aisle they're on, by the way. And we're going to start telling the truth. That's what we're going to do. So, Mr. 5000, that's a lot of sats. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate that. very much. It's very, very helpful. Thank you very much. I am well, trying to ease into the weekend. Good to know, man. Oh, the truth's here. He says, I know this week has been crazy, so at least temporary lighten the mood. Jerry went to a salt and pepper concert, and this ninja brought a raw steak and a skillet with him. Laughing emojis. I don't think salt and pepper are playing anymore, the troll. So when did I do that, sir? And when they did that, let's just say I was a lot slimmer back then, the troll. So I don't think that's the cause there, sir. Hi, Jerry. Neo, what's up, man? The troll is a fool. Neo the one. Good to see you, man. I spent some sats today on my tip on my haircut. $10. And it gave me I gave him 8,576 sats. One day I'm gonna look at that, and that's gonna buy some groceries with that. Good morning, Jerry and all. Good to see you. Good to see you too, Stacking. How are you, sir? Very good to see you. Richie, I've been messed up, man. You know what I mean? And I've been talking to the group and stuff, and I'm gonna change my format, Mr. Richie. I'm gonna start talking a little bit more about things outside of Bitcoin. I'm gonna talk about Bitcoin, but I'm on a mission right now, Richie. I'm gonna expose the truth. And it's my goal to make sure that these liars and these snakes are weeded out of the grass. And the way they're corrupting our kids and stuff, Richie, I got to do it, man. And what they did to Charlie, for me, that was the turning point for me. And by doing that, not only am I going to get people on the right side with God and everything else, but I want to get people that are open-minded into Bitcoin, Richie. I don't want to be in an echo chamber anymore. You know what I mean? Holy shoot. So it's good to see you, Richie. I haven't seen you in a while, man. Good to see you, brother. Thank you so much for coming in. I see you in the group chat. I appreciate you coming in there, brother. Jenny Legendary, 12,345 sats. Holy crap. Thank you, Jenny. That's a huge donation, man. I really, really appreciate that, Jenny. Oh, St. Roosevelt's here. St. Roosevelt sends in 912 sats. St. Roosevelt, thank you, man. I really appreciate that, brother. Thank you. I haven't seen you in a while. And St. Roosevelt, he's given me the biggest zap I've ever had a few times. And he's just, this man is something else. What? Speak of the devil. Look at this dude. St. Roosevelt. First of all, Jenny, thank you so much for the 12,345. Without you, I couldn't have got this next one. Right after the 912, St. Roosevelt sends in 12,344. One less than Jenny. So he's respecting Jenny and sending in a big zap. What a guy, man. Thank you, St. Roosevelt. St. Roosevelt must be a very, very wealthy man when it comes to sats. Because I'm telling you, this man sent me a zap that I will never, ever forget. Seriously. He has the record by far. And it's incredible, man, what he's done. And I appreciate you, St. Roosevelt. I really do, man. And Jenny, thank you so much. And thank you all, guys. And I'm sorry for the last couple of days that I've been like this. But I'm the type of person, and Charlie Kirk said it too. He goes, you can tell what kind of person you're dealing with when they deal with death, how they deal with a death. And I don't deal with them well, man. I don't know what that says about me, honestly. But St. Roosevelt, thank you so much, brother. I can't tell you how much that stuff means to me, man. Seriously. And thank you, Jenny, so much. I appreciate you guys. And Mr. 5000. Hello, Jerry and fam. Hey, man, how you doing? WUB. He woke up like this. What's up, sir? I'm going to try to get my energy here, man. Try to get back to my normal self, but it's tough, man. I can't get that image out of my head, man. From I just can't get it out of my head, man. Oh, that was tough, boy. On YouTube or Rumble for the second half of the show. On YouTube or Rumble for the second half of the show. Just YouTube, Stacking Richie. I'm not on Rumble, brother. Are you making a joke right now? I did make a membership video today though, Stack and Rich. I hope you checked it out. We're doing this for Charlie. That's right, Backpacker. How are you, sir? Good to see you, man. How's the family, man? How's the family? I'm not gonna lie, that made me feel good this morning doing that video about the assailant getting caught. You know what I mean? That made me feel really good, man. Nobody deserved that, man. What happened to Charlie? Nobody deserves that. Hey, Daniel, how are you, man? Good to see you, brother. Very good to see you. Daniel, you staying in or you just saying hi? You popping in to say hi? Good to see you, Daniel. I put you on the wheel if you're staying. The troll boy, I got to give it to you. At least you made sense there. Hey, Jenny. Jenny, thank you so much for those zaps, man. I appreciate that very much. Jenny, we love you. You know that. Jenny, legendary. Put you right here. Jenny. See if we can get back to normal, man. It's very tough, but we'll see what we can do. See what we can do. Thank you, St. Roosevelt. You rock. Yeah, he is the man. Good evening, everyone. Sin Diesel. Sin, what's up, my boy? Sin, thank you for that nice note, man. Sin gave me some really good advice, which I knew he would. I had a feeling he would. Sin is always, kind of guy, when you need somebody, he's there for you right when you need him. You know what I mean? And Sin is good man. I never met him in person, but you just know. You know what I mean? You know a real dude and a real good person, and Sin is that. Sin is a lot of things. You know what I mean? And I'm just very, very happy. He, for some reason, he keeps coming back here. I don't know why, because I know I ain't teaching him nothing. But I really appreciate you, Sin, and I love everything you're doing here, man. And giving back to the community with all your knowledge and everything that you got, man. Just means the world to me, brother. And I never, ever, ever, ever take that for granted. All right, I appreciate it. It means more to me than you know, man. Seriously, thank you, Sin, for real, bro. Cooking and listening. Good to hear that, Backpacker. Good job, man. Family man. Jerry loves freedom. There is no right and wrong way to deal with death. Everyone has to do it in their own way. You just can't stay stuck in grief. Yeah, I know that, and I do sometimes, because I just, I know death is part of life, but I just some deaths are just, man. This one, the last two deaths that hit me hard was this one in Kobe. Kobe's hit me hard, boy. Ooh, that hit me hard. I was messed up about Kobe, and this is how I am for Charlie right now. People that are younger than me shouldn't be going like that, man. I'm in. Okay, Daniel. Okay, good to have you here, man. Good. Blessed to have you here, brother. Thank you. Not a joke. I meant for the new format. Would you switch to Rumble for the second half? Oh, not yet, Stacking. I need to stay in the how do we say it, Richie? The mainstream. I'm gonna do some Rumble videos though, but I need to stay where the normies are, Richie, because I gotta do my best to get these people on the right path. Because everybody on Rumble knows what's up, Richie. You know what I mean? The only time I want to go on Rumble is when I need to rant and I can't say certain things on a certain platform. You know what I mean, Richie? Did you see in Indonesia and Naples, BitChat's download is soaring? They apparently have cut off communication service because of the protest. Oh, wow. No, I did not see that, brother. I have not seen that. Wow. This is why Bitcoin's freedom money. Boom, Sin. You know it. You're teaching me more than you know. I'm teaching you. Only thing I'm teaching you is laughing, man. We're laughing together. You're coming up with new material for me, man. Holy shit. Somebody just sent me 10,000 sats. Renadster? What's his name say? RENAUDSTER? RENAUDSTR sent in 10,000 sats and he says, freedom is not free. Thank you very much. Whoever that is. I've never seen you before. I don't think. That's a lot of sats, man. Thank you so much. And you're absolutely right. Freedom is not free. We got to keep fighting for it every day. It's like brushing your teeth. You got to brush your teeth every day. Oh, Daniel. Thank you, Daniel. Damn. Holy shit, bro. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. What the hell now? Oh, this is I'm not gonna say it. I know who that is. He just spiced it up, guys. Wait till he comes in. He'll announce it. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate it. Boom, boom. The senseless strategies are by far the hardest, yeah. Especially when someone does it on purpose and is there to when evil does it. You know what I mean? Boom. Hey, y'all, in and out, no wheel for me, please. Okay. Good to see you, Jay. Good to see you. Just sent a fatty for freedom. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, brother. That is a fatty, brother. Thank you. Hey, Stack and Richie. Hi, Richie. Salute to you. Happy Friday, Jerry and the Freedom Fam. Greg, what's up, brother? I'm feeling better, man. You guys are making me feel better. How are you feeling? Yeah. Hope you're all well, fam. Yes. EB, what's up, brother? EB's in the house. Trying to get back on track, man. That's me, Jerry. Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate that, bro. Stack and Richie. Boom. Daniel, thanks, man. Nice, Daniel. Boom. You know, I know that better than anyone. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, Jenny. Yes, you do. Yep, saw the video from this morning at 31 for having an opposing view. It's wild. Capital punishment, 0 jail time. Crazy, man. Crazy. I did my take from the lake this morning. Oh, did you? I got to watch that, man. I did not see that. I got to see that, brother. I have to see that. We're going to watch 2 clips here that I want to show you that are very interesting. And now don't leave, guys. I'm going to show you a clip from Andrew Tate. Now don't get mad. Okay, I know some people don't like Andrew Tate. But he said some stuff and he went in, man. He went in cuz Pierce Morgan is a tool and you know, he's just something else and my boy Andrew Tate kind of lit him up. And I want to watch that because what he was saying, you know, to me it was true, you know what I mean? Same, Kobe's was tough, man. It was tough. I actually made a video on that when I had my old channel. And I'll show you that. I was all messed up, man. I had a big lump on my head at the time. I finally got rid of it though. But I made a video about that. And on January 20th, 2020. So 5.5 years ago. Angel, what's up, brother? #1 Jerry fan. Angel, how are you, sir? You got some homework this weekend or what? 2, 4, 5. Angel, #1 Jerry fan. We're going to be exposing the truth, guys. And we're going to expose the lies. And I'm going to show you 2 liars in real time, back to back, because we got to start calling these motherfuckers out, man. Excuse my language. Dean, what's up, brother? I seen you today, man. I seen you, Dean, at the meetup. You handsome devil. You and the other handsome devil. Good to see you, man. That looked like a lot of fun. Pierce is bought and paid for a complete shill too. Absolutely. But he's a fence rider, Sharper. He tries to pretend like he's, Now, one thing I'll give him is he doesn't like the transgender bullshit. He doesn't. You know what I mean? It's time to separate that wheat from the shaft, folks. Yep, absolutely. I do have homework just in case I'm a little busy, but I have you in the background. Nice. Please don't put me on the wheel, Jerry. The man, the myth, the legend. Paul the GOAT. Paul, how you doing, sir? Now, I don't want to say nothing because I'm not going to make an assumption, but I've seen what came in. I don't know what is what, but I'm not going to say anything till you say anything, Paul. Puss Morgan, yes. Good God, that's a good name. That's a good name. Paul the GOAT, how are you, sir? Saying that's funny as shit because he is a tool, man. Hi, y'all. Hola, Paulie the GOAT. Yes. Sharper and Sword, it makes sense. That's what happens when people are having a tough time and you vote to increase salaries for politicians. Yep. Yes, exactly, Richie. 100%, brother. Paul, boom. Paul, so glad to see you. I just asked Jerry about you this morning. She did. I wasn't going to say nothing, but she did. Paul, everything good with you, man? How are you? I did. Okay. Did you know? Also a bitch. Okay. Good to see you. Do 150K spin at the top of the hour. Okay. Yes, sir. You guys heard it. Paul's doing a 50K spin at the top of the hour. 50K at the top of the hour, he says. All right. 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, 50K. My time. 5 o'clock, 50K. It was great. I'll definitely do it again. Joey is a giant for real. Yeah, he looks pretty tall. He's my height. I think I'm 6'2" too. He said he's 6'2". Each shill always has to have a truth they have to stand behind. Mix it with false narratives and evil. One of Pierce's truth is he's anti-trans. Good damn point, Sharper. To make him look, and then he tries to fence right on stuff. I'll show you that later. You the man, Paul. Viva. How are you? Tell me about yourself, sir. I never seen you. Would you like me to put you on the wheel? Are you a Bitcoiner? 50K at the top of the hour. Kids is smart as hell. Good to be around people like that. Yes, absolutely. Hi, Sin, Jen, Stack, and Richie. Yes. Hi, Greg. Yep. All right, we're gonna play a little bit of this. Now, again, I know a lot of people don't like Andrew Tate, but don't kill the messenger. All right, just listen to Andrew Tate and Puss Morgan, and let's get into this.
Assassinated. We're going to bring you the Andrew Tate interview in full, unedited and uncensored. But first, Andrew Tate returns to give his reaction to his horrific story. Andrew Tate, welcome back to Uncensored. This all happened just after we finished our interview 2 days ago. Just first of all, your immediate reaction when you heard what had happened to Charlie Kirk.
I was devastated. I was very, very sad about it because he's one of the good guys, and he's one of the people who believed in discourse, and he believed in speaking and trying to explain with logic why your worldview is better than the opposing. And if we don't have discourse, then all we have left is violence and war. The point of conversation is to avoid the war. The point of conversation is to be able to sit down and be logical enough to come to a conclusion without the need for violence. And it turns out that that's becoming less and less likely in America today.
And that's exactly what Charlie Kirk always preached. If we don't have a discord, if we can't talk and talk out our differences, then people are going to do things physically violent. So we need to talk it out. And again, when you can't win an argument, then what do? You know what I mean? That kid who was either paid or did it on his own or whatever, he wanted to shut Charlie Kirk up, or they wanted to shut Charlie Kirk up. Because again, I don't know who did it. I don't know why they did it. I don't know what side of the aisle he was on. I don't know. Okay. I got to collect more information because the left wingers, and I'm going to show you that in a minute, are saying that, oh, he's a MAGA guy. I was showing that this morning from Adam Mockler, but now Adam Mockler's changing his tune. And again, because he's a hypocrite, and I'll show you that later. And they're trying to change the narrative now. You know what I mean? He speaks the truth now and then. Yes. Sharper and Sword truth. At least Andrew Tate is authentic. Yes. I don't think he's lying. I think they did it. Okay. Create division and hate. I'm not mad at you about that. It's almost bedtime for me. Happy Fat Sap Friday. Yes. Yes, Paul. Not sure some random Democrat did it on his own accord. Yeah, I don't know what happened, man, but we're going to see. Check this out.
I mean, it was, as we get more and more information about the shoot, he's 22 years old. He had bullet casings with "Hey Fascist," "Catch," Obella Ciao, which is a reference to an Italian song adopted by the anti-fascist resistance during World War II. And then several sort of slightly ambiguous ones. If you read this, you're gay. LMAO, notices bulges, OWO, what's this? Which is a meme from internet culture associated with the furry craze. When you look at all that in totality, what do you think we're dealing with here in terms of who this person is?
I think America has a lot of problems. I think that it's an extremely politically charged environment, perhaps the most politically charged environment on the planet. Politics is all anyone talks about all day, every day. The judicial system is politicized. The educational system is politicized. You couple in with the fact it's the most medicated country in the world. It's very unusual for someone who grew up in Europe to know a large percentage of his fellow students to be on some kind of anti-anxiety medication, some kind of depression medication. These SSRIs remove the humanity from the mind and just wipe their brain. You couple that with a hateful media, which is constantly spitting out hateful rhetoric, and you're going to have a whole bunch.
You see how Piers Morgan moved in his chair? Because that's you, Piers Morgan. And everything he's saying is facts. Not only are these people are brainwashed, but they're on medication, and they're lied to, and they're propagandized. That's why Pierce moved in his chair a little bit, because he knows that's exactly what you do, Pierce Morgan. You're part of the damn problem. And we're going to call these motherfuckers out every day. Every day, man. Because words have consequences. And people lie their asses off. And they've lied about Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to show a clip on that in a minute, and what these fucking people do.
Of drones walking around without humanity, waiting to receive their slave instructions, and they're going to believe that they're doing the right thing by murdering people as opposed to just talking to them. So America's a very, very interesting place with a lot of problems. It's easy to just blame guns. I think that's pretty shallow to do, because you can kill with a car, you can kill with a knife.
Exactly. And that's what I was talking about this morning. Their job on that side is to vilify two things: straight white male Christian men, right, that are married and love God and love their country, good men. Vilify them and vilify the guns. That's their whole job. Period.
Need to find out why there's such a spiritual sickness across all of the Western world, especially America.
The governor in Utah gave a pretty powerful address today in which he
Cedar Sats, how are you, man? Welcome in, sir. Good to see you, brother. Very good to see you, man. Welcome.
appealed to people to tone down rhetoric, to get off social media, actually, as much as you can, get back to the real world where 80% of the population exist in America. You're very active on social media. You can be very inflammatory on social media. I mean, some of the tweets you...
Exactly, Richie. You don't get what unalived for lying. Okay? They don't shut you down because you lie or you're fake. And that's a perfect example, Richie. And now watch what he does. Now watch what Puss Morgan does. Sharp. He said, you're a fool, man.
You're very active on social media. You can be very inflammatory on social media. I mean, some of the tweets you've done since Charlie Kirk's death: the left are evil, murdering scum who kill people or let others kill people. They must be held accountable. They're not the good guys. The compassionate, nice guys want you dead, and they'll do it or encourage us to do it. I get 1,000 death threats a day from these people. We are at war. Civil war was another one.
Facts. I didn't hear no lies there. That's a fact, what he just said. But see, Pierce Morgan started puckering up and tuckering up because he's a puss, like Sin says. He's part of that shit. You know what I mean? Oh, look at your rhetoric, Andrew Tate. Look at your rhetoric. What he said was true. This ain't no both sides shit, man. This is true. Let's take 100%. Agreed, Richie. Is this the week? It's the weekend. Let's go. That's right, Frankie. How are you, man? Good to see you, brother. Hey, y'all. Fire show early this morning, Jay. Oh, thank you, Triple B's. Good to see you, man. I'm gonna put you on the wheel. How are you? Very good to see you. Yeah, I'm changing up my style here, Bitcoin Bacon Booty. I'm gonna be talking about some Bitcoin, and we're still gonna give away Bitcoin, but we're gonna be exposing lies and telling truth and fighting for freedom over here. I hope Tate won't get the same treatment. He's speaking truth for the most part. Listen, he's gonna tell you what happened to him 3 weeks ago. I don't want to speak it in existence, but he's a very brave guy, man. They don't call him Top G for nothing. Exactly. Puss Morgan. Yeah, that was Sin said that. That was a good one. Top G. I'm stealing that, Jerry. That's Sin. Sin said that. Sin said Puss Morgan. Puss Morgan. Bottom G, one of the funniest memes I've ever seen. Yes. Jerry and friends, I had to go. Have a blessed evening. Okay, Paul, thank you, man. We love you, brother. Paul the GOAT. We're spinning for 50,000 Satoshis in 30 minutes, guys. At 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern. One spin for 50K, guys, so stick around. Since the physical civil war didn't go the way the powers that be wanted to go since 2016, especially in 2020, the civil war is now a cold civil war. Exactly. Also a fact. Absolute facts. When our oldest son was in high school around 10 years ago, tried to blow up the chemistry room during class. Did the Dems try to outlaw chemistry around 10 years ago? Did he try to do that, you're saying? Exactly. It's all about the weapon of choice. Hey, Emily, they want us disarmed so that we can't fight back. They don't want the man in the house so that we don't have a nuclear family. They want a man weak so he won't fight. They want the woman strong. You guys get it? Emily, how are you doing, Jerry? I'm doing good, Emily. How are you? Live this morning was the bomb. Oh, man, Emily, I know you like that one. Did you watch the whole thing? I know you like that rant. I know you like that because my blood pressure didn't like it. That's for sure. Oh, look at this. A row of boobs. 333. You don't have to read this. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. I don't know how you want me to do that, though. But that'll contribute, though. Thank you very much. Fight for freedom every day. Don't take life for granted. Exactly. And we're going to be like G.I. Joe. Oh, he'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. That's what I'm doing here now, guys. Fighting for freedom. That's right, Triple B's. Yo, Jerry, Rudy, what's up, bro? We're back, man. We're back. And Charlie will not die in vain, man. He will not die in vain. And they will not scare us, man. Now, I don't know if that's why they did it. Who knows? But we can't have an open dialogue. Nah, man. That ain't me, bro. Hello, everyone. Hey, Emily. Talk that talk, Jesus. Thank you. Yo, Trent, how are you, sir? Trent from the Bitcoin Technician, my man. Trent, good to see you, man. Always good to see you, brother. How's everything, Trent? Trent's a legend on this channel, man. Absolute legend. And he's real good friends with Sat Man, I hear. So, Trent, how goes you, man? Good to see you, sir. Daniel, we're already in as nation states and zombies against patriots in every country. Exactly. It's good versus evil right now. Which side are you on? There's no in between, like, oh, I fence riding and I'm an ostrich. Nah, man. You know what I mean? And again, we don't want no war. We're not going to do nothing to you. But which side are you going to be on, bro? You know what I mean? Obviously, you see the other side, and I'm going to show you a video later. Oh, my God. Daniel, good words. Magic Moolah, how are you, sir? We're giving out some Magic Moolah today. Good to see you, man. How goes you? Magic Moolah. Very good to see you, man. Something happened here on strike? Wow. Oh, look at that. I like that. I like that. Wow. Cedar Sats. Cedar Sats. I love it. As soon as I saw that, I knew what that was. Cedar Sats is a gangster, man. He is a G. 4547. What you think that was for? I love that zap. Daddy T Zap, 4547. Cedar Sats. Thank you, Cedar Sats. That is a huge donation, brother. And I love that, bro. You know I love 45 and 47. Appreciate that, bro. Very, very much, man. Holy shit. Wow, Trent. Thank you, Trent. Trent's coming out of the gate. He said, I ain't been here in a couple days. I mean, I ain't had a chance to zap him in a couple days. So he said, I'm not doing 1850. I'm just going to give him 10. 10 big ones. Sheesh. Thank you, Trent. Thank you, man. Well, his streak continues. Every single day he's been donating. Wow, Trent. My phone just got real heavy on that one, brother. Thank you very much, guys. Very humbling, man. Adam, together, a couple of my classmates added the old sulfur and water mix in chemistry when I was in high school. Today, they will probably end up on a watch list. Exactly. Thank you so much, Trent. I appreciate that. And you too, Cedar Sats. But it's something, ain't that right, Cherry Corey? What's up? How are you? What the hell? Corey, good to see you. Wow. Hold on 1 second, Corey. Somebody anonymously sent in 10,000 sats. Anonymously. Wow. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. They said, wow, Trent can do it. I can do it too. And so did someone else. Daniel, 3 10,000s. Wow. You guys are G's, man. Thank you so much. Wow. I guess you guys trying to make me feel better, huh? Corey, good to see you, man. Corey, the Dollar General, they call him, from Got Sats. How are you, man? How you feeling about all this mess, man? My neighbor, good to see you, man. Hello, Emzo. Trent, I was in Minnesota last week. Hi. It's sad that we can't have a good thing for a long time. Kirk spoke facts and gave it to the extreme leftist imbeciles. Yep, he did. I'm listening, but stepping away for a minute. Got you, Maggie Pooh. Let me get on that wheel. Amos, what's up? How are you, Amos? Good to see you. We got a 50,000 sat spin, guys, at the top of the hour at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. I'm gonna zap that. I'm gonna out zap that. Oh my God. Well, if you're gonna out zap that, let me tell you real quick. The biggest zap today was 12,345. Just in case you're wondering, Viva. I don't know if you're a competitive guy. That's the biggest one today. So thank you. Let me see if I missed anything on speed. So thank you for that, man. I appreciate it. Oh, Adon's app. Yes. Trent, hello. Commercial break. What's up, brother? Get that zap. Was it the 10,000? If that was you, then yes. Thank you very much. Viva, I appreciate that. That's a heavy zap, man. If that was you. Commercial break. How are you, brother? Is that a phone in your pocket? Emily is happy to see you, sir. Commercial break. Thank you so much, Viva. Appreciate that, man. That was heavy, man. I did get the 10,000. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate that, man. Good to see you, Stacking Richie. Yeah, I love Stacking Richie, man. I haven't seen him in a while. Corey, I found someone on Nostr doing $1 a day on like day 600. Wow. LOL, Daniel, I heard you in Minneapolis. I'm sorry for that. Hello, everyone. Just realized Jerry went live. Glad to see everyone tonight. Hey, Lauren, how are you, sir? Good to see you, man. Oh, we'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. That's what we're doing. Good to see you, Lauren. Hi there, Sensei. Lauren, only for one night, man, picked up my son and hit the road. I did the 10K. Thank you, man. Thank you. Viva, let me put you on the wheel, bro. Viva. Good to see you, man. Thank you. That's very, very generous, man. Love your work, Jerry. I'm out. Peace, y'all. Oh, okay. Well, thanks. All right. Appreciate that. Zapped and ran. That's cool. I'm going to work really hard for you guys, man. From now on. For real. Good call for that city. I avoid that place, but I'm sure you drove some nice country heading home. Yep. CB, hey, I told you she was happy. Emily, good to see you as well. In between several conferences, great to be free this weekend. How have you been? Nice. Lauren Stern, boom. What's their name on Nostr? At J. Gotta run. Happy Friday, everyone. All right, the Hick. Man, you missing out on 50K sats, man. You sure you want to go? We drove through Wisconsin Northwoods to the UP and home through Canada. God says, boom. Hey, y'all. What's up, Fingerpick? My man, Fingerpick. How are you? Let me get back to this video. You must got a phone in your pocket, too, because she's definitely happy to see you. Stacking Richie. Let's do it.
Some people will say, all right, Andrew Tate, you are part of the problem. You are yourself spewing pretty toxic stuff out to millions of people, whipping up rather than calming down the problem. What do you say to that?
He states facts about what's going on the left, and now he says you're causing the problem. Tate. Some people would say, meaning he's saying that. That's what he's saying. Because he's always got to get an argument going. That's what he does. He likes to do clickbait. So he likes to he says something stupid, get an argument going, and then he'll clip it and say, look, me and Andrew Tate are arguing. What a tool, man.
Well, if you have a point of view, somebody can be radicalized by it, right? If you have any point of view on the planet, somebody can be radicalized by it. And social media, like all things, is a fantastic tool that can do amazing things. But if it's used the wrong way, it can also do very destructive things. I don't think the answer is to start telling people to not talk. I think the answer is more discussion, more debate. Because if you remove debate, the only answer is violence. So I think that it's also my tweets, which you just highlighted, the fact that I do receive death threats. Somebody did try to kill me only a few weeks ago. And then a friend of mine, a guy who I respected, was blasted and I had to watch him bleed out. I think it's pretty fair to say that, of course, my tweets are going to be emotionally charged. We can't get into an area where we say that we can't talk anymore, because that's only going to lead to more violence. We have to be able to speak to each other. And I think that you would agree, perhaps I'm wrong, that it's the left which seem to be the ones who are so obsessed.
Real quick, he just said his friend got blasted and he bled out based on what was going on. Somebody tried to come in there and did something and some other stuff, right? You think Pierce Morgan say, "Oh man, I'm sorry about your friend. Sorry to hear that. Oh man, I'm really sorry to hear about your friend." You think Pierce Morgan's going to say that? BTC Bug, what's up, brother? I got you on the wheel, man. Hey, Dollar General. Hi there, Bug. He's a rage baiter. Absolutely. That's all he is. Clickbait, rage bait. He's an absolute tool, man. Sharper said they both are. Oh, yeah, Samantha doesn't like Andrew. Shout out to Manchtor of Black Matter who says the media stands for the most effective devil in America. Wow. I don't know who that is. Shout out to a Black Gen X. I never heard of him. I bet you Pierce Morgan sits down to pee and he's a front wiper. Yes. I think Charlie was his friend. Yeah, this is crazy. So listen.
Able to speak to each other. And I think that you would agree, perhaps I'm wrong, that it's the left which seem to be the ones who are so obsessed with assassination. It seems to be the left which are more violent, Antifa, and their riots trying to assassinate President Trump. An attempt was made on my life. An attempt was made on Nick Fuentes' life. They just killed Charlie Kirk. For us to sit here and pretend that this violence isn't going one way is disingenuous.
I certainly don't think.
Big Shoots, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. How are you? I'm doing well, man. Thank you very much, brother. Very good to see you. Let me put you on the wheel real quick. I wanna hear stupid ass Pierce Morgan. I'm gonna go back here a little bit. Sorry, guys, the comments are coming in pretty fast.
Kirk, for us to sit here and pretend that this violence isn't going one way is disingenuous.
I certainly don't think it only goes one way. I certainly think it can go the way of any extremist. That the far right has its own problem with extremists. There have been lots of left-wing politicians and public figures who've been targeted.
So now you're trying to both sides it. This is defense right, and I'm talking about. Well, the extreme right. The extreme right, he says. What up?
Fuentes' life, they just killed Charlie Kirk. For us to sit here and pretend that this violence isn't going one way is disingenuous.
I certainly don't think it only goes one way. I certainly think it can go the way of any extremist. That the far right has its own problem with extremists. There have been lots of left-wing politicians and public figures who've been targeted. So I think it's a problem that goes both ways. But I have said for quite a while that the woke mind virus, as Elon Musk calls it, that ideology is extremely dangerous.
Did you say the words "I didn't like him"? No, you never said those "I don't like him" words. But I can use my cognitive brain to figure out that you don't like him because of the things that you said about him. You know what I mean? Like if I keep talking negative about a person, you'd probably figure I didn't like him, right? And all I've ever heard you talk about with Andrew Tate is negative stuff. I've never heard you say anything good about him. So I assume that you don't like him based on that stuff. But I could be wrong. You know what I mean? Correct me if I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. Big shoes, Samantha. I don't care if you like him or not. Just, every time something happens with Andrew Tate, you tend to have something say negative about him. Hi, Emily. Emily, far right? Yeah, exactly. Doing all right. My family's still trying to come to terms with the current country situation. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Crazy. Hi, Grasshopper. Trent, boom. Daniel, Emily, much love. Sup, Richie? Sharper, Samantha, Diesel, boom. Great Motion, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man. How are you? Let me put you on the wheel, man. Put you on the wheel. Very good to see you, Gray, in this crazy world we're living in today. And for one more thing, Samantha, when I said, hey, I'm going to play this video, I know some of you guys don't like Andrew Tate. I was actually referring to you because I knew you'd say something to me playing Andrew Tate because you got pretty, last time when I played him. Sad news, unfortunately, but hey, Jerry, hoping you having a good Friday. Let me join on the wheel. Got you, Benjamin. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, brother. I know, it's crazy, man. Sup, Sin? How are you, Gray? Hello, Gray Motion. Benjamin, Sharper and Sword, peace. Gray, how you doing?
Because the irony of it is you've got this kid who is, purporting to be anti-fascist, but actually using violence and a gun to silence permanently someone whose views he doesn't agree with. The point being, that is the epitome of fascism.
Well, that's exactly it. So the reason this is so dangerous from the left and it's not as dangerous from the right is because the people who are on the right live in a version of objective reality. We live in the real world. These people do not live in the real world. If you're going to believe that a man is a woman, and you're going to believe that we should have no borders for our country and unlimited numbers of people can turn up and just steal from us, if you're going to believe that criminals shouldn't go to jail, you're not a person who's sensible. You now have no parameters from which to operate your logic. So if you're going to live in a complete fantasy land, it becomes a lot easier to justify murdering a political opponent than it does if you operate from a frame of rationality. So for that...
Facts. I didn't hear no lies. Did you? That's facts. These people are delusional, man. They're delusional. Everything he said was a fact. Spaceman, what's up, brother? Good evening, everybody. How are you, sir? Good to see you. We're going to spin in 14 minutes for 50,000 sats, guys. Thanks to Paul the GOAT. And I'm going to pay it right on the spot, too. And you got it. You better be here. That's all I got to say. Gray Motion. Boom. Have a good night, Paul. On a different note, I'm about to sell a lot of my silver mint coin sets. Smart man. What should I be looking at a price? 40 to 50% retail? Silver mint coin sets. Are those real like silver coins? Because if you're selling those, man, go to a coin shop and sell those. I don't know where you're going to sell them at, but I got to see what you're talking about. But if it's like real silver, like 9, 3 nines and 4 nines fine silver, go to a coin shop, man. That's what I did. 1776 from somebody. Thank you very much. Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate that. Am I on that wheelchair? That's a good question, Lauren. Let's see. I might have been so happy I didn't put you on there. Let's see. Not in this one. Yeah, I got you right here, brother. Yeah, I got you, sir. Right there. Adam. Seal to sell to app. I don't know about that one. Just stacking today, boys. That's right. Andrew's cooking right now. Exactly. You may not like them, but the truth is the truth. What's up, party people? Jerry, how you doing today? Finally cooling down out here. Yes, it is, Steven. Steven, yes, it is. Steven, how you doing, man? So good to see you, brother. Long time no see, man. Crazy times, right, Steven? Man. But I'm feeling good. You guys got me feeling better, man. Feel so good. I took a walk last night. I actually felt a little chill, Steven, last night. I was like, oh, okay. Best Supreme is way better than a coin shop. I gotta disagree with that, bro. But that's objective though, Gray. That is objective. It depends on where you live and the because you got to pay all that fees to mail it and all this stuff. Here in Las Vegas, I got the best coin shops here, and I get way more than at Mex and all them offer me, man. I just do. Me personally, I do too. 15 minutes ago, bro. Boom, nice. At Mex. Good morning, team. What's cooking? What's up, Matt? Good to have you back, man. How are you? We got a 50,000 wheel spin here in a second. That's what's up. Good to see you, Matt. How goes you? Jerry, I posted a really good video on Signal just now. Maybe you can play it a little bit of it. It depends on what it is, brother. Because I got some stuff already lined up, man. Let me see. We usually gotta send those in early, but let me see what it is. Let's see. Let's see. He just posted. Let's see what this is. Charlie Kirk. Nope, I haven't seen this. 22 hours ago. Okay. But let me watch it and check it out first, though, Corey, okay? I can't hang, Jerry. Gotta run. Peace and love. Okay, Daniel. Thank you so much, brother, for the big donation, man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna check that out, Corey. That looks like a long video we need to watch. Sit down and watch. Piers Morgan, yes, Matt. Still feeling bullish, even with all the BS and negative energy out there. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Good night, Daniel. Hey, Jerry is back. Put me on the wheel, kind sir. No doubt, man. How are you? Saleh. I still don't know how to say your name. Thanks for sending that in, though, Corey. I appreciate you, man. Lots of family here tonight. Glad to see everyone feeling this is what I needed. Yeah, me too, man. Blunt man. Yes, 99.9% silver eagles, mint silver proof sets. Yeah. If you have a coin shop, I would start shopping it around the different coin shops. That's what I would do. Grasshopper, I got you, man. Sup, M? Enter the chat. What's up, brother? TRVSI. Is that what it is? TRV. PVSI. How you doing, man? Nah, don't worry about it. Jerry One can watch it on their own. Okay. What's going on, Lauren? Let me get in there. Crypto. What's up, bro? Crypto Mania guy. You guys are coming in so fast, I can't even watch the freaking video. Mania guy. Good to see you, man. Very good to see you. Jeff Brown, Gold Silver Rose Show is in town. Anyone deal with him? No. I wouldn't deal with those kind of people in either, man. Just go to a coin shop because they're going to try to lowball you, man. Matt, thank you, brother. With the 369, the Tesla's app. I appreciate it, bro. very much. Much appreciated, sir. Thank you. Very kind. Grasshopper, Jerry Loves Free. I mentioned I did like a little bit of what he has said. The other bits of them I just cannot stand. He's simply annoying. No big deal. Yeah, I know it's no big deal. No big deal at all. It's okay. You don't have to, if you don't like him, you don't like him. It's fine. Or if you like him, you like him. It doesn't matter. Hey, Vic, I don't expect everybody to like everybody. You know what I mean? My 70-year-old neighbor saw Mark Carney on the YouTube telling all Canadians to buy Bitcoin, and she got scammed. Oh, man. Seriously, people really are waiting for someone to get on the news and tell them to buy. Exactly. Candace Owens did a really nice best friend video, tribute video. Damn, it killed me. Just real great stuff. Yeah. I saw that. From now, I'll just sit and watch. I'll just sit and watch. 46 watching and 16 likes. We can do better, guys. Smash the like. Yeah, smash the like, guys, if you like the video. Please and thank you. Let me see what the likes are doing. Let's see what the likes are doing. Let's look at it in real time. Let's see. Okay. 23 likes. I just liked it myself. We're halfway there, guys. Go ahead and hit the like button if you guys are liking the video. Please and thank you, because it helps the algos, man. Please and thank you, guys, very much. Don't just be a participant. If you like the video, always hit the like button, guys. For any video you go to. Anytime I go to somebody's video and I mess with them, it's just like, I don't know. It's just the right thing to do. You know what I mean? It helps them. So just hit the like button, guys. If you like the content. Only if you like it, though. Danny, how are you, ma'am? You came just in time. Good to see you, honey. We're giving out 50,000 sats in 7 minutes. BTC Backpacker. Good to see you, Danny. Backpacker Mark Carney used to work at the circus, but now we just have a clown. Welcome back, Danny. Hi, Danny. Welcome. Yes. Hey, Emily. Hi, Frank. Hey, Frank. Oh, yeah. Oops, liked. Thank you, Jenny. Appreciate it. Let's see. Let's get caught up. Let me see how many we got now. We got 33 likes. Okay, that's a little better, guys. That's a lot better, actually. Thank you. 42 watching, 33 likes. No doubt. No doubt. I see a cutie here, Rudy says. Jen, good to see you. Yeah. Let's finish this real quick.
For that reason, the left are far more dangerous, because all of their ideas are dangerous because none of them are true. None of them are real. For the same reason, it's dangerous for me to say to you, gravity isn't real. You can jump off a building. If you start believing in things that are completely falsified, completely fantasy, then murder is the end result of all of it. So the left is a serious problem across the world. It's a serious problem across America, especially. You add in a spiritual sickness where we have nothing unifying us in the West anymore. We don't share respect for a flag. We don't share respect for the country we're in. We don't share language. We don't share religion. We don't even share economic prosperity anymore. There's literally nothing unifying us. And if you're going to remove the capability to debate and discuss ideas, then you're going to have an absolute civil war. And that's what's so sad, that Charlie Kirk literally was the #1 guy trying to speak. He wasn't trying to inflame tensions. He wasn't trying to push violence. He was the guy saying, look, let's talk this through and let me show you why you're wrong. He was the good guy who did the right thing, and he caught a bullet for it. And that is truly devastating.
But when you post civil war, literally one post just said civil war, what do you mean by that? What do you expect?
I mean that civil war is coming if we can't talk to each other.
Well, that's a different sentiment. Had you said that, then fair enough. But just to say civil war.
Here he goes. Here he goes, Sharper. Here he goes.
Did the right thing, and he caught a bullet for it. And that is truly devastating.
But when you post civil war, literally one post just said civil war, what do you mean by that? What do you expect?
I mean that civil war is coming if we can't talk to each other.
Well, that's a different sentiment. Had you said that, then fair enough. But just to say civil.
What the hell do you think he meant, Pierce? He said civil war. Nobody's fighting in the streets right now. So when he said it in context, he meant there's a civil war in the way, you idiot. You know exactly what he meant. But again, he's trying to bait him and do his thing. And Andrew ain't having it. Watch this.
Civil war is.
Well, did I give a verb?
Well, what you're saying by civil war, you're saying to your followers that you believe there is a state of civil war here. Now, as you know, the Civil War in America was one of the most consequential periods in its history and was waged with gun violence.
Well, I can answer that in 2 ways. Firstly, if conservatives can't give their opinion and they can't talk openly and freely without catching a bullet, then I guess it is a war. But that wasn't what I was inferring. I was inferring that civil war is coming if we can't speak to each other and unify behind an idea, especially the idea of being an American. you've now added a verb saying that I was trying to incite civil war, because very much like all other media figures, it's your primary intention.
I didn't
to
add
just
anything.
spin up. It's your primary intention to just spin up negative clips and
Hang on,
find
I didn't-
things
I-
that
what
get
do
you
you mean I
views.
added?
And that's
Verb?
exactly what the liberal media has
Well, hang
always
on,
done,
hang on,
which is why
sorry.
conservatives are under permanent
Okay,
attack.
hang on.
We're going to now sit here and say I'm a violent person.
No, I
and
didn't
then
say
when someone
that.
else turns up at
Why
my
are you
house
putting
attempting
words-
to kill me like they did 3 weeks ago,
Why are you
they're
putting
gonna pretend
words-
that has nothing to do with you, Pierce.
Why are you
the liberal
putting-
media in and of
You
itself
can
is
keep
truly
talking.
disgusting. It's the reason why Charlie Kirk had to eat a
if you let
bullet.
me respond
because the
to
liberal
you-
media convinced this guy,
Yeah.
this guy who's been probably looks like he's on SSRIs to me, that Charlie Kirk was the heart of evil when he truly wasn't. So please do not, in this conversation about fallen comrade, do not do the exact thing the media always do and the exact thing that ended up getting him killed. Do
Okay.
not say I said something I didn't say,
Okay.
and do not give some
Can I
garbage
get a word in?
inference trying to get a bunch of clicks
Can I say
on your
something?
channel. You may
Okay.
need money, but I don't, sir.
Yeah,
so I don't
let
care
me
about
just
clicks. You may
respond.
be broke. I'm not. I didn't
As-
say let's go to civil war.
if I may
didn't say let's
respond-
start civil war.
if I may
said this will
respond,
end it. I
You
said
can keep
civil war
talking,
because
Andrew,
that's
or
where
you
it's
can
going to
shut
end.
up. I never added any verb. I literally read your post was 2 words.
neither did I.
Civil war. I never
Neither did
added a
I.
verb.
You
So the
inferred,
whole
sir.
pretext
You
for your
inferred.
whole pretext for your little rant about me is based on a lie, which the viewers will know was a lie because they heard what I said. I never.
He didn't meant you literally put a verb in. You knew exactly what you did, Pierce. You try to insinuate that the Civil War, meaning he's trying to incite a civil war. That's exactly what you were doing, Pierce. Well, if you'd have just said this, say like you wanted to say, you trying to act like you're stupid when he didn't say that. You know exactly what he meant by that.
Added any words to your post. I read out the words civil war and asked you what you
You
meant
know what
by
the word
it. You
infer
then
means?
clarified it. And I would say to you in return that if you don't want people to misinterpret your post, then maybe post what you actually mean rather than posting the words civil war, which I think are
posted what I meant.
incendiary.
Thank you very much. It's clear that conservatives are under attack by a rabid left-wing sect of the population, which is being radicalized by media figures very much like yourself. That is clear. We just saw a man bleed to death in front of his wife and children purely because the media convinces everybody at home that he is evil somehow for having an opinion.
There is
An
an
opinion
irony.
which is
There is an
controversial.
irony. Okay.
And MSNBC
Yeah.
and all of these people
Yeah.
who do this, even after his death, were constantly trying to make excuses for the shooter.
Yeah.
It is disgusting.
Okay.
And I know you don't care, Pierce, but a man tried to come into my house and stab me 3 weeks ago. So for you to infer I'm saying that we need to have a civil war, it's actually quite heinous. So please be careful, sir.
I'm not the one who said.
And again, you don't care. He doesn't care because right after his follow-up, he didn't say, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry about your friend. Sorry about that person trying to kill you. Nothing. He doesn't give a shit. He's a fucking tool.
Tried to come into my house and stab me 3 weeks ago. So for you to infer I'm saying that we need to have a civil war, it's actually quite heinous. So please be careful, sir.
I'm not the one who said civil war. You are.
I said civil war, and then you tried to infer, you tried to sit and ask and infer that I'm trying to promote violence.
I asked you what you meant
talked
by
about
it.
how my tweets are inflammatory, and you're trying to say that I promote violence. Then you read those tweets out because you're inferring I'm a violent person, so that some idiot at home is going to watch this and believe that I deserve to die. And I'm telling you that I'm here. I understand you need views. I understand you need clicks. I understand you're poor. I'm not. I'm here. I don't give a shit about the views. Do not infer I said something I did not say. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I didn't, as everybody who watches this knows. So you just lied. Andrew Tate, thank you very much. Well, now, here.
Yeah, well, no, everybody doesn't know that. Pierce, you're a fucking liar and you're a tool. That's why. You lied, bro. And he called your ass out and you couldn't say nothing and you hung up on him. These people make me sick, man. Oh my God. Hey, Ginger, how you doing, man? I put you on the wheel, brother. All right, it's that time. Great, man. How goes it? Good to see you. Hi, Ginger. Love this. Love it, man. We are calling these people out, guys. We're calling out the lies and we're telling the truth. All right. 50K set giveaway right now. He quickly snuck in the last words and cut them all pathetic. Yeah, that's what they always do. Mainstream media. He's gonna cry when he gets to the car, Smokey. Exactly. Freedom family. Trey. Oh my God, Trey, you came just in time, bro. We're about to do a 50K spin, my brother. Good to see you, Trey. Trey Day. How are you? Something just happened on strike. Oh, I just bought some sats. That's what just happened. Top of the hour. All right. These people are really sick in the head, man. They are, man. And we're going to call them out, Trey. I don't see myself. My bad, Frankie. I don't think I put you on. Yeah. Anybody's not here, speak now, forever hold your peace. Frankie D. Hey, Ginger. Trey. Wow. Yeah, man. Hey, Emily, Trey, Jen, going okay. Waiting for Erica Kirk to speak live. I One eye on YouTube and the other on her. Yeah. Frankie D. Look at that. Yes. Don't forget about me. Got you, brother. Can't pass up a 50K, Jerry. Put me in. All right, Jay. I was about to say, man. No, you ain't too big for 50K now, bro. Come on now. Oh, dang. It's Friday. I missed most of the show. You good? No. I came in an hour ago. Hey, Vic. I'm here, Maggie says. I know that's right. Bell George, new here. Hi, guys. Hey, Bell George. How are you? Good to see you. You guys are coming in so fast. I can't even freaking talk. Good to see you, man. Neo here and on the wheel. Yes. What's up, good people? Danny. Am I? Yes, you are, Danny. I got you, honey, right here. Right there, sweetheart. Trey knows when to come in. How are you? LOL. Thank you. Got you, man. Industry, what's your favorite Seinfeld episode? All right, got you. Ready? 50K from Paul, the GOAT. Now, here's what I'm going to do. Well, I haven't spent yet. So here we go, guys. Spin that thing. I got you, Gray. What's your favorite? Great. All right, guys. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 50K gang. Spin it. I don't think she's here anymore. Hey, Jerry, you going to put your running shoes on? Sharper, the strike. Yes. KC, 50K. You here? Woo, I don't think so. Gang, Casey. That runoff gets me every time. I'm going to have to rewatch that one. Yes. You know, that's how we find who left. Yes. Good game. Wow. Boy, they're going to be sick when they're watching this replay. 50,000 said, come on, Casey. Can't miss out the 50K. Yes, she can. Samantha says she is not here. I know that's right, Samantha. Mine is the engagement, Vic. That's right. It's the Festivus one. Yes. Spin it. You got to run again, Jerry. I know. Love it when you Me too. Spin it. That's a tough one. They all have at least one memorable moment. Maybe the episode with the guy, Jimmy, talking with himself in the third person. How do we enter? You're already on, brother. All right. Hype, respin. Yeah. That runoff is MLB. How's that going? Spin it. Hey. Sage. Hawk Tui that shit. If not here, do you need me to hold those stats for you, Jerry? LOL. Sure, man. Sure. She was second and never came back. Wow. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, let me get this off the wheel, man. Let me get her off the wheel. Let me get her off. Let me see. Okay, Casey Love, you just missed out on 50,000 Satoshis. And I'm going to tell you about it, too, when I saw you. Spin. How y'all always, it's so sad. Yeah. And Kramer's wearing. Okay, ready, guys? 50K in 5, 4, 3. Y'all so damn lucky. 2, 1. Spin it for 50K. Spaceman. Spaceman, you're going to be sick if you're not here, bro. Absolutely sick. You're going to be sick, sir. Let's see. How do I enter? You got to be here. Bell George. Did I ever put your name on the wheel? Yeah, I got you. You're already on the wheel, brother. Kramer Energy. Your loss, KC. Our win, yes. Spin that thing, Gio. Let's go. Hi, Emily. Good game, Spaceman. Gang, Spaceman. Spaceman. 50K, Spaceman. You hear, Spaceman? Yo, Spaceman. Grant, let's go outer space. Let's go to outer space. Hey, man. Congrats, Spaceman. He's not here. Wow. Oh, yes, he is. I mean, I'm right there. I'll take dibs. LOL. LMG. Thank you so much, Paul and Jerry. No doubt, Spaceman. No doubt, Spaceman. Let me get you that right now, bro. Let me get you that right now. Let's see. Spaceman, copy. Ready, Spaceman? You ready to blast off, sir? You ready to blast off, Spaceman? Send username. Paul's 50K sat giveaway. Next, ready? Here you go, sir. Oh, wait. Invalid lightning address, it said. Spaceman, it says an invalid address, brother. Congrats. At getalby.com. Spaceman at getalby.com. Spaceman, I need another address for you, brother. We're quick to jump the gun. Speaking of Spaceman, Jerry can see what's happening on Jupiter with those eyeglasses. Huh. LMH. You just jealous you can't see what's in front of your face. I don't know anyone on YouTube giving away sats just to tune in and engage. You guys are the best. Thank you, man. Spaceman. That's it, huh? It didn't work. Let me see. Let me try it again. Invalid lightning address. Please check the address again and try again. You know what? Let me try it. Let me try to send it to so I'm sending it to Strike. This is what I'll do. This is what I'll do, sir. I'm going to send this to myself. Let's see. Send this to my. Just hold on 1 second, guys. I got a clip to show you guys. Oh my God. You talking about the hypocrisy? The hypocrisy? Speed.l. Okay. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to try to do it from my speed address, sir. Let's see if it'll work. There it is, sir. There it is, Spaceman. Spaceman, you can always use my Addy, yes. Spaceman, did you get it, bro? Bubble boy. 60% of the time, it works every time, yes. Usually, always. Double negative, bro. LOL. Spaceman, yeah. All right, now let me show you this. Let me show you this one. Now, this is from later on that day. Stupid ass Piers Morgan, which he wasn't that bad in this clip. He's showing, they're talking about Charlie Kirk. He asked him a question. He asked like a minute-long question. I just fast-forwarded it, and he asked him the rhetoric that was going on. So let me give you some backdrop. This is Dave Rubin at the top right. He used to work with Cenk Uygur and at the Young Turds or the Young Turks, and they don't like each other, okay? These two do not like each other. So Dave Rubin has something to say about Charlie Kirk's death and why maybe people like him may be responsible for some of the rhetoric. Take a look.
Well, Piers, it's not even that it's about his actual opinions. It's about the opinions that many thought leaders on the left purport that he has, which are complete lies. So look, I am in somewhat of a reconciliatory mode here. So I'd like to ask Cenk, I have 10 headlines here he has put up about Charlie Kirk. They are on his channel right now. And let's see if Cenk believes that these are true. Charlie Kirk says prominent black women took white people's spots. Charlie Kirk boasts about his all-white basketball team. Charlie Kirk gives piggish advice to high school girls. Ex-employee exposes Charlie Kirk's grift. Charlie Kirk embarrasses himself. Charlie Kirk's brain melts explaining anti-vax conspiracy. Charlie Kirk rants about women in their 30s. Charlie Kirk has literally no clue how the real world works. Charlie Kirk gets triggered, declines appearance over pronouns. Charlie Kirk doubles down on women-hating backlash. I am telling you, Piers, Charlie Kirk was one of the best human beings I ever met. He did not have a bone of...
Hey, great. I appreciate you telling everybody about something else being on, but I'm actually doing a live right now, sir. So I kind of like appreciate you not, you're basically saying, hey, go watch it and don't watch Jerry's show. That's how I'm kind of taking it right now. So I'd appreciate it if, you know, thank you, sir.
Racism, misogyny, or anything else in his body. But liars lie, and they gin up otherwise good people. From the little bit we know about this shooter, he had a stable household, he was going to college, he was fine. We'll find out where he got radicalized. But please, please, let's not pretend we don't know where this stuff is coming from. And please, let's not pretend that this thing is going both ways, because it is absolutely not. I also have well, you know what, Cenk? I'll ask you a question directly, actually. Do you think Charlie wanted to be martyred? Do you think Charlie wanted to be martyred? Do you think Charlie wanted to be killed? Yes or no?
Of course not. What kind of asinine question is that?
You don't? You don't? Because that's pretty interesting. Because here's a video of you, Cenk, talking when Charlie...
What do you mean grow up, Gray? I know who it is. I know who it is. Of course I know who that is. So what does grow up mean? All I was telling you was you're promoting something else coming on while my show is on. That's all I was saying, Gray. And if you don't like it, you can leave if you like. But coming to my show, telling everybody another show's coming on in a few minutes, I think that's kind of rude. That was my fault. I asked. I'm going to drop it on my other screen. No doubt. Damn, Casey. Welcome back, Casey. Yeah, you missed out, Casey. I didn't have internet data. Sorry, guys. That's okay. I really missed out. Yeah. I asked him to let me know when it's coming on. We'll do that on a private message, man. Please and thank you. Not you, Jenny. I'm talking to Gray.
Was at a breakfast.
It allows for easy martyrdom for these guys, and they don't deserve it.
I also have well, you know what, Cenk? I'll ask you a question directly, actually. Do you think Charlie wanted to be martyred? Do you think Charlie wanted to be martyred? Do you think Charlie wanted to be killed? Yes or no?
Of course not. What kind of asinine question is that?
You don't? You don't? Because that's pretty interesting. Because here's a video of you, Cenk, talking when Charlie was at a breakfast.
It allows for easy martyrdom for these guys, and they don't deserve it. But I do also want to point out, as they're in the middle of crying now, although Charlie was smiling ear to ear throughout the entire video, thinking, yes, I'm now the victim, and I'll get to claim that my rights have been infringed.
Did you catch the beginning of that, Cenk? Listen, we'll do it again.
No, I didn't, and that's totally out of. No, we're not going to do it again. Totally out of context. I don't even know what the hell.
You don't want to do it again because that's your exact words. You said he wanted to be a martyr, aka he wanted to be the victim and he wanted to die and be the martyr. He played your words back. He played the titles of your videos because you're responsible for shit like this, Cenk. You do shit like that. But again, they want to play victim, right? He's using your words. He's using your titles.
No. Listen, brother.
Are you trying to get harm on me?
Second.
Is that what you're trying to do,
clown.
you loser?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
No. I'm trying to
do conciliation.
Exactly what
this
people
guy,
like you
look at the
have
last
done.
two things of your last two guests.
Piers.
Jesus,
what they said was, yes, we should have reconciliation, but it is not without any contrition, right? It's not without a mea culpa. Charlie was accosted by Antifa at a breakfast in Philadelphia, and the video that I just played is you with a cartoon of him as Charlie Brown saying that he would love to be martyred so he could be the victim. Well, I guarantee you, his wife, who now doesn't have a husband, and his kids who don't have fathers, did not want him to be martyred.
What you just played isn't what
It's exactly what you said, brother. It's exactly what
it was.
Let's do it again.
No, it isn't. We just heard it. We just heard it.
It's not.
All right, so
let's do it again.
Cut this crap out.
We'll do it again.
Piers, can we talk about reality? This is something he's going back to like 10 years.
Well, I think Cenk should be allowed to respond.
Doesn't matter if he went back 10 years ago. Those are your words, Cenk. Just say, yeah, I said that. I was wrong. I shouldn't have said it. Don't say you didn't say it because you said it. Everybody says something they don't mean sometimes. You make a mistake. You say, hey, I did it. But again, you're just doing this to get me in trouble and get angry and blah, blah, blah. Either there's an actual video and audio, these people will deny it still. Yeah. He showed the titles of his videos of what the videos are saying, basically saying he's a Nazi, he's this, he's that, he's this, he wants to be a martyr and all that. Oh, but no, I didn't do nothing. I didn't do anything. Charlie was a good man. Then why'd you vilify him the whole time? He was alive. I have to bounce, Jerry. Have a good one, brother. No doubt, man. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. The Charlie frown pick was funny, though. I didn't see that. That guy in the suit is annoying. The guy in the suit. There's always chances to be here to win. It's only fair to have everyone to say stays for every moment. Yeah. They'll never apologize because that's admitting of being wrong. They can't stand for that. Exactly. What's up, Jason? Good to see you, brother. See you. I'm going to take you off the list. If Cenk has an audio of Charlie saying something out of line 10 years ago, he would bring it up and vilify him. Exactly. That's exactly what he do, bro.
What I said there.
And they don't deserve
it allows for easy martyrdom for these guys, and they don't deserve it. That was when Antifa was going after him at a breakfast in
Okay, so let's
Philadelphia.
let Cenk respond to that.
No, that was about words, you moron. Okay, Jesus Christ, man. All right, so now let's get to reality, okay? Shut up.
There's a massive loss here on a human level of a very bright, successful young man who, like you said, he didn't smoke, he didn't take drugs, he did.
Cedar Sats, 4547 again. Thank you so much, brother. You have a good weekend as well, man. Thank you so much for that big donation. I appreciate you, man.
He wasn't a party guy. He was committed to his beliefs, and he was committed to, spreading the word of his beliefs, but also allowing people to debate with him about those beliefs.
Yeah, she's still on the show. She's starting to get based, though, but she's still on the show, yeah.
And yet here he is now, dead at 31, because somebody was incapable of listening to his beliefs without wanting to kill him.
Yeah, Piers, look, this is a guy, I don't talk about it that often. I happen to be gay. It's not a big deal. I've been married for over 10 years. And I've sat with Charlie and my husband and his wife and talked about marriage and talk about the differences there and all of those things. And we talked it out. That's what Charlie was great at. I do have to say, though, on the political side of this, for where this conversation has got heated, it seems to me that everyone agrees that Donald Trump is not Hitler and his supporters are not Nazis. So with that in mind, I'd like to read some other headlines. These are video titles from Cenk's channel. And if in the spirit of reconciliation, maybe he wants to delete these things. Trump cuts anti-Nazi program. Trump spreading Nazi propaganda. Nazis encouraged by Trump's Charlottesville response. Trump defends Nazis, very fine people. That is the biggest political hoax ever. Trump retweets a neo-Nazi again. Trump disappoints neo.
What are you shaking your head for, dude? Chunk, why are you shaking your head? He's just naming off your videos. This is on your YouTube channel, Chunk. What you getting mad for? He's just shaking it. Oh, he's just trying to get me in trouble. You made these videos. Stand on business, man.
Political hoax ever. Trump retweets a neo-Nazi again. Trump disappoints neo-Nazi supporters. So these things don't come out of nowhere. I only blame one person at the end of the day for these murders, which is the.
All right, let's switch over to Charlie's wife. Let's switch over. She's talking right now. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Is it on Fox? Okay, we'll stop and watch that. He looks like he would need a lot. Yes. This looks like, what is this? Associated Press. Man, this is gonna be tough, man. Look at this. Look at this. This makes me sick. Oh, we're watching this. My famous line, guys. This makes me sick. I got a notification for Rumble, no doubt. Sam, probably on YouTube, though. I'm about to cry. I'm not prepared for this. Me neither, man. Me neither, brother. Oh, man. She's going to sit in this chair. Wow, this is going to be tough, bro. May Charlie be received into the merciful arms of Jesus, our Lord and Savior. That's his chair, man. That's his desk. Ooh, this is going to be tough. All right, I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to go back to hold on. Let's finish this up real quick. I'll go back to it.
Crazy person who does the murders, but pretending that what is wildly asymmetrical, I think I have laid that out with evidence here, pretending that it's symmetrical is deeply, deeply dangerous. Piers, you know this because we've discussed it on my show. Even on your show, you have found it way more difficult to find rational, decent people on the left who will explain themselves thoughtfully and calmly and everything else, while the panoply of people you get on the right who shouldn't even be on the right, I would say certainly someone like me, I don't know exactly where Batya considers herself, but people with a variance of political opinions that now broadly are part of the MAGA thing is because of what I just read you.
Because the left went too far. Everybody else stayed still, guys, and the left went so far fucking left, it just left everybody behind. Cenk and Pierce, can't trust them. Absolutely not. Yeah, we're going to watch that, brother. We're going to watch that, Stephen.
Endless hysteria of the left that has ginned up people to do crazy things. It's not to say you can't say the worst things. You want to say the worst things? Donald Trump's a Nazi. It's so tough to say. You want to say that? Go ahead and say it. It falls on the person who pulls the trigger. But if we're all sitting here saying, yeah, it's not true that Donald Trump's a Nazi, and it's not true that his supporters are Nazis, and he's not Hitler and all of those things, well, then before you get to reconciliation, a little bit of a mea culpa by some of us might be valuable.
Cenk?
Yeah, I mean, look at this. This is disgusting. So this guy pretending to do conciliation, and I was going to be conciliatory towards Dave if I spoke first, but apparently that's not what he's doing at all. So what he's trying to do is get people angry in a misleading way against me. Are you trying to get
those your
people to be
titles?
violent?
Are those the titles
this
of your
is
videos?
disgusting.
No.
So no.
that's-
Let me explain.
no.
Let me explain.
Those are your
so,
titles.
No,
buddy.
let me explain. You're asking me a goddamn question. So let me explain while you're trying to get people to do violence
really
against
creating
me.
my point
You're
perfectly.
He's trying to get people to do violence against you because all he's doing is calling you out on your bullshit. And that's what I'm going to do. We're going to call these people out on their bullshit, right? Words have consequences. Actions have consequences. Don't get mad because he's pulling up the facts. The man is dead and you said a lot of shit about him. So he's calling you out on your bullshit. That's what he's doing.
disgusting.
No.
So no.
that's-
Let me explain.
no.
Let me explain.
Those are your
so,
titles.
No,
buddy.
let me explain. You're asking me a goddamn question. So let me explain while you're trying to get people to do violence
really
against
creating
me.
my point
You're
perfectly.
disgusting. So
No,
those are 80% of those
I just
titles. I've never called Trump a Nazi. And those titles were about neo-Nazi reactions. So what do you want us to do? Not tell you
very fine
what's
people.
actually
Did that
happening?
happen?
And
Did
so
Donald-
look,
Did Donald Trump side with neo-Nazis?
Yes, he
the
did
very
say
fine
that.
people incident
So-
in Charlottesville?
so
No,
as
he did it.
as
Piers,
we've
how about you
explained
handle
on the
this one
Young
instead of giving it
Turks,
to me? Piers,
can
you
I
wanna
just
handle this one?
talk? So this monster
What did
is
Donald
trying to egg on
What
violence
did
as we
Donald Trump say
speak,
after very
and he
fine
won't
people?
even let
I'm
me
not
talk.
talking about the neo-Nazis or the white supremacists who should be condemned completely. It's the biggest debunked conspiracy theory of all time. You're still pushing that now? You're still pushing the very fine
No,
people hoax
listen,
now? I'm
what-
shocked even for you.
Dave, shut up and let me answer your stupid question. So on that day, which now we're going back to that for no goddamn reason other than you're trying to get people angry at me for misleading things. Didn't
I'm reading
Donald
your
Trump say there are
titles. You
very
should
fine
be angry
people
at your
on both sides?
titler.
He did. Shut up and let me answer. So did he say there are very fine people on both sides? He did. So that's a fact. Now, who was he referring to? As we've explained on the Young Turks, he might have been referring to the people who were in favor of the Confederacy and came out there to support Confederate generals. I didn't find that to be any better. Those people were in favor of slavery. Those people lynched black people. So I'm not going to ever cheerlead for them, and I'm not ever going to shut
Jake,
up
in the very
about
next
terrible
sentence, in the
things
very
that
next sentence, did he
some
say, I'm not
people on
talking about
right
the white
say.
supremacists
So
or
you're
the
not going to get
neo-Nazis
me to
who should be
shut up,
condemned totally.
and you are against speech, and you're the one trying to smear people. So let me be super clear, and let me outrage
reading your
everyone
titles,
on all
brother.
sides, and then try to bring people together.
What an idiot, man. What an idiot, bro. All right, let's see. Okay, she's not in the chair yet. This is going to be tough, guys. This is going to be tough. Man, this is going to be tough. Hey, Michelle, how are you? Dude, it's so funny. He's a joke. Yeah, he's a joke. Yelling means he's right, Jerry. Yeah, when you yell, you're right. Trent, you know what I mean? You are right. Now, my boy, let's see. Let's see. My boy Greg made a video. This is my guy, man. This is my guy. Oh, he made another video. Democrats refuse accountability. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna watch it. This makes me sick, he says. I love it. This is gonna be very hard, yes. Seeing that empty seat, I know, man. Chunk is the same size as you, but you just black, he says. Is this Erica coming up? Yeah. As the left always says, facts are not fair. Exactly. They're allergic to them. It's true. You really are blind, aren't you? Yeah, he likes to mess with me. According to him, I'm a big dude. All right, let's see what my boy Greg's got to say, man. Love Greg.
Area with trees on the edge of the UVU campus. Investigators discovered a bolt-action rifle wrapped in a dark-colored towel. The rifle was determined to be a Mauser Model 98 30-06 caliber bolt-action rifle.
I went to school with this Tyler Robinson kid. I'll show y'all. That's him right there, Tyler Robinson. I'm not trying to like clout chase, make this shit about me, but I'm not gonna say I knew this kid really well. I didn't know him very well at all, but I definitely saw him for like 3 straight years in high school. And the best way I could describe him is just like a Reddit kid. I don't know. I feel like if you were in high school around that same time, and even probably now, like 2018, and then like, you know, those kinds of kids, but that's exactly what he was. All I'm going to say is this is the kind of shit that happens when you spend way too much time online and all of a sudden your beliefs are all the way this way or all the way this way, and you do some dramatic shit to please these people that are not your friends. This internet shit is seriously no joke.
All right, guys. So before we get in this video, I just have to take a moment to let you guys know that I am sick to my stomach. I am sick to my stomach right
I already know what he's going to say. I know exactly what he's about to say. Okay, let me get her on.
Good evening. My name is Erica Kirk. Charlie Kirk is my husband. I first want to thank the local, state, and federal law enforcement who worked tirelessly to capture my husband's assassin so that he can be brought to justice. I want to thank the first responders who struggled heroically to save Charles's life, and the police who acted bravely to make sure that there were no other victims on that terrible afternoon. I want to thank the officers who have protected our Turning Point USA family these past 2 days. And I want to thank the Turning Point USA board, the COO, Justin Strife, and my husband's chief of staff, the amazing Mikey McCoy, for all their work in these terrible days to be the stability for our family and for the wider Turning Point USA family as well. My heart is with every one of my husband's employees who lost a friend and a mentor. I want to thank the staffers of his amazing Charlie Kirk show, who helped him broadcast from this studio, this chair. Every day he loved it. He loved what he did. I want to thank the millions of people who have shown their love for Charlie here in Phoenix, across America, and worldwide. I want to thank my husband's dear friend, Vice President Vance, and his phenomenal wife, Usha, for their love and support. You guys honored my husband so well, bringing him home. You both are tremendous. I want to thank President Trump and his incredible family for the same. Mr. President, my husband loved you. And he knew that you loved him too. He did. Your friendship was amazing. You supported him so well, as did he for you. 2 days ago, my husband, Charlie, went to see the face of his Savior and his God. Charlie always said that when he was gone, he wanted to be remembered for his courage and for his faith. And one of the final conversations that he had on this earth, my husband witnessed for his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Now and for all eternity, he will stand at his Savior's side, wearing the glorious crown of a martyr. Charlie loved life. He loved his life. He loved America. He loved nature, which helped him always bring him closer to God. He loved the Chicago Cubs. And my goodness, did he love the Oregon Ducks. Want me to say go Ducks, so I have to since they play on Saturday. So go Ducks. But most of all, Charlie loved his children, and he loved me with all of his heart. And I knew that. Every day I knew that. He made sure I knew that every day. Every day he would ask me, how can I serve you better? How can I be a better husband? How can I be a better father? Every day. Every day. Such a good man. He still is a good man. He was the perfect father. He was the perfect husband. Charlie always believed that God's design for marriage and the family was absolutely amazing, and it is. It is, and it was the greatest joy of his life. And over, he would tell all these young people to come and find their future spouse, become wives and husbands and parents. And the reason why is because he wanted you all to experience what he had and still has. He wanted everyone to bring heaven into this earth through love and joy that comes from raising a family. It's beautiful. Charlie always said that if he ever ran for office, I know a lot of you asked if he ever was going to, but privately he told me if he ever did run for office that his top priority would be to revive the American family. That was his priority. One of Charlie's favorite Bible verses was Ephesians 5, verse 25. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. My husband laid down his life for me, for our nation, for our children. He showed the ultimate and true covenantal love. I will never, ever have the words to describe the loss that I feel in my heart. I honestly have no idea what any of this means. I know that God does, but I don't. But Charlie, baby, I know you do too. I know you do. So does our Lord. And our world is filled with evil. But our God, you guys, our God is so good. He's so incredibly good. And we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good, for those who are called according to his purpose. Already I have seen the worldwide outpouring of love for my husband. I've heard the testimonies from people my husband inspired to get married, to start families, to seek out a relationship with God. It's the most important one of all. The evildoers responsible for my husband's assassination have no idea what they have done. They killed Charlie because he preached a message of patriotism, faith, and of God's merciful love. But they should all know this. If you thought that my husband's mission was powerful before, you have no idea. You have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country and this world. You have no idea. You have no idea the fire that you have ignited within this wife. The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry. To everyone listening tonight across America, the movement my husband built will not die. It won't. I refuse to let that happen. It will not die. All of us will refuse to let that happen. No one will ever forget my husband's name, and I will make sure of it. It will become stronger bolder, louder, and greater than ever. My husband's mission will not end, not even for a moment. And one of Charlie's greatest talents was his ability, this phenomenal ability to choose great people to follow him. He could always find the ones who could handle any setback. And it's almost like he knew. He could see it in you. Even when you couldn't see it in yourself, he just knew. He knew you could handle it. You thought you only had 5% left, and he knew you had 15. He knew you were ready to go that extra mile even when you didn't. He always challenged people around him to work harder and to be better. He never gave up. And I love knowing that one of his mottos was never surrender. So I want to tell you that we'll never surrender. We never will. Ever. Ever. Our campus tour this fall will continue. There will be even more tours in the years to come. America Fest here in Phoenix this December will go on. It will be greater than ever. The radio and podcast show that he was so proud of will go on. And in a world filled with chaos, doubt, and uncertainty, my husband's voice will remain. And it will ring out louder and more clearly than ever. And his wisdom will endure. My favorite too, but my husband's favorite word in the English language was earn. He would call all of you to be people of action who earn the future America deserves. So to all of the young people who felt inspired by my husband's faith and hard work, all of you already know what Charlie would want you to do. You know. You know. If you're in high school or if you're in college, go find your local Turning Point USA chapter. Join it. Stay involved. He wants you to make a difference. And you can. You can. The movement's not going anywhere, and it will only grow stronger when you join it. If there isn't a chapter, you can't find one, then start one. There is no excuse. You can start one. And as my husband used to say in this room every single day, if you want to get involved, the best way you can do that is going to tpusa.com. That's what he would say every day from this chair. Every single day. I watched his show every day, and he would always say, if you want to get involved, go to tpusa.com. If you're a pastor, join our movement at TPUSA Faith. And if you're a parent, I highly recommend that you come to America Fest in December. Sign up right now for that because we would love to see you. I would love to see you. Charlie would. He'll be there. He'll be there in spirit. Bring your kids, bring your family. But most important of all, if you aren't a member of a church, I beg you to join one. A Bible-believing church. Our battle is not simply a political one. Above all, it is spiritual. It is spiritual. The spiritual warfare is palpable. Charlie loved his Savior with all of his heart, and he wanted every one of you to know him too. He wanted everyone to know that if they confess the Lord Jesus Christ who rose from the dead, then they will be saved. Hear me when I say this, nobody is ever too young to know the gospel. Nobody. Nobody is ever too young to get involved with saving this beautiful country, this country my husband loved and still loves. And nobody is ever too old either. There's no age limit. I know my husband is still here. He's watching over us. I don't remember the last time I slept. I couldn't sleep last night. And Charlie, baby. Charlie, I promise I will never let your legacy die, baby. I won't. I promise I'll make Turning Point USA the biggest thing that this nation has ever seen. I promise. Charlie, I love you. I love you, baby. Rest in the arms of our Lord as he blankets you with the words I know your heart always strived to hear. Well done, my good and faithful servant. When I got home last night, Gigi, our daughter, just ran into my arms. And I talked to her and she said, Mommy, I missed you. I said, I miss you too, baby. She goes, where's Daddy? What do you tell a 3-year-old? She's 3. I said, baby, Daddy loves you so much. Don't you worry. He's on a work trip with Jesus, so he can afford your blueberry budget. And my goodness, am I so humbled to witness, Charlie, you alongside Jesus right now, doing what you always want to do, baby. Making heaven crowded, right? That's what it's all about. Making heaven crowded. I can't wait to see you again one day. Thank you all again who love my husband, who supported him, who wrote him an email every single day during his radio show. He read all of them. All of them. God bless you all. And may God bless America.
Wow. Wow, what a strong woman. God rest your soul, Charlie. And thank you for everything you did, man. You left a legacy, man, and obviously your wife loves you very much. And this is one of those moments that has in history, and we're part of this right now, that has changed me personally. It changed my life, man. I know, man. I know. I got my 3-year-old grandson out there, Josh. I was on a mission before, but my mission is the same but a lot different now. And I'm gonna do my best to eradicate this this evilness and this wickedness, man. What a woman. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is what you want to strive for, is what that man had. And all these things that are said about him, and all these people that are saying the things that they said about him, what can you say when you see a woman like that talking about her husband and their children and what he left here? I was very comforted by listening to her. She made me feel a lot better. I was already feeling good because I was with you guys. But I don't take deaths very easy, man. This is not easy for me to take these deaths, man. And what a woman, man. And young men out there, if you're not married, try to find a woman like that. You know what I mean? My God, man. A woman in faith, a woman that hasn't been with a bunch of other people, a good woman like that. And they're hard to find, but that's why you want to find them. But Charlie, man, this is a tough one, man. This turned my personal world upside down. And she was looking at his chair, and I got my chair back here. You know what I mean? And I sit in my chair every day. So I felt that. And I'm going to sit in this chair And I think Charlie is going to be in a piece of a lot of people like us. And what I'm going to advise you, or not tell you, but advise you, is simple. Bitcoin is great. I love Bitcoin. But you got to put God first in your life before anything. You got to put God first, and then your family, and then your country, and then Bitcoin. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to tell you how your priorities is, but just I want you to really, really put God in your life, or consider putting God in your life. Spend time with your family today. Don't put all your money into Bitcoin. You have to live your life today, because again, today is a present. It's not promised tomorrow. And I'm glad I've been doing that, but I think I'm going to even scale back a little bit more. And I know the bull run's coming and all this stuff is coming, but again, you can't take those sats with you, man. And put those things in perspective and in order. But most importantly, don't let Charlie die in vain. Don't let him die in vain, man. He was doing good work, and he dropped the baton, I believe, all over this country for all of us to pick it up. Whatever you can do to do it, we must eradicate this evil. And it ain't just about Bitcoin and ending the Fed. There's other big things that's just a part of that cog in those wheels, and that big evilness of wheels. A big evil wheel. There's a lot of cogs in that wheel. And we got to destroy this evil, man. And we got to get people to the light. Now, again, there's a lot of people that are not going to listen to us no matter what. They're just gone. They're gone. You know what I mean? If I can recommend for those thinking about a spouse to read 1 Corinthians 7, Ephesians 5, and Matthew 19, King James Version. Okay, man. Thank you. And do your part, man. And we got to eradicate this evil. And I'm asking you guys, please, 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 stick with me. I'm changed now. I'm a different guy, and I'm gonna do some things different. But I promise you, I'm gonna do Bitcoin videos. I'm gonna talk about Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is a future thing, and we're gonna lay the groundwork on Bitcoin, because we know if we fix the money, but we're gonna fix the world. But we got to fix our souls first, and we got to get people out of this wicked cycle. All right, I'm serious, man. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. That means a lot. And we got to defeat these people, man. This is a plague. This woke nonsense. It ain't about Democrat and Republicans. When you see people online laughing at somebody's death, and the world ain't right, and we got to fight this wickedness, man. That's my number one priority right now. And how do you do it? You do it peacefully. You pray. And then you take action. Whatever action you can do. You have to get this information out and show your loved ones that they've been lied to. I have a lot of loved ones that are on that side. I have a lot of people in my immediate family that are like that right now, that are happy about what just happened to Mr. Kirk. And I'll be damned, man. I'm going to make sure to my dying breath that that we get our country back and get the nuclear family back and have kids and families and husbands and wives, and all this pornography and this evilness and this wickedness and all this stuff. These kids are not out here touching grass. They're out here on the phones. And they have no idea what's going on in the real world. And they're getting propagandized, brainwashed, and lied to. And all Charlie did was go to the heart of the machine at the colleges, because he knew where the indoctrination machine is. It's in the colleges. And he went right there to the heart of the beast. And we need to continue to do that. However you can do it, whatever your talent is. I'm not telling you to start a YouTube channel. But when you see a woman like that saying that they awaken a beast in her and she's going to be even more fired up, I already thought I was fired up. I'm even more fired up now. And we got to do it together. We can't do it by ourselves. We got to do it together. Bitcoin is a tool. It's not the end all be all. It's one tool in our toolbox. We got to use all our tools. You have a lot of tools. Bitcoin's an important tool. It's a big tool. But your Bible, telling the truth, you being healthy, eating right, having a good mind, good spirit, good body. Get out here and take care of yourself and take care of your family. Be a real man, be a real woman, and lead by example. Even if they don't want to listen to you, be a person they look at and go, wow, I want to be like that person. Even though I don't agree with them, be a person when someone looks at you, they say, wow, that person's different. And when I look at his wife, you see a very, very special woman. She's in pain right now, man. But I think along with her, our president, and everybody else, and all the small little Charlie Kirks out here, we're going to be okay. I appreciate you guys' support. I appreciate you guys being here. We're going to keep this going, and thank you guys so much for listening, man. I appreciate it. Wow. Yes, exactly. Ever since I knew you, you were a real one, Jerry. So through thinking. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I'm going to say a lot of things that some people are not going to like, but I got to say them. Thank God I don't have anyone in my family acting like that. I would go off. Yeah, you're lucky. All right, let's continue what Greg was saying. See what happened.
It is seriously no joke.
All right, guys. So before we get in this video, I just have to take a moment to let you guys know that I am sick to my stomach. I am sick to my stomach right now in regards to what I have seen from a country that I love over the past week. Okay, it has really been eye-opening experience in regards to where we're currently at in our political discourse as a country. Okay, because over the last week, I've witnessed essentially a significant portion of this country. I wouldn't say half the country. I think it's inaccurate to say half the country, but a significant portion of extremists on the left side of the aisle downplay a Ukrainian refugee getting her life stolen by a criminal on a light rail. I've seen them try to downplay that, okay? And then when you have a major political figure like Charlie Kirk, a conservative, a man of God, a family man, a father, a husband, a human being, another human being, when he tragically loses his life at the hands of what is obviously a left-wing extremist, a radicalized extremist, these people celebrate. They celebrated it. And to make it worse, now that we know who the assassin is, and we have clear evidence that the assassin is radicalized with far-left ideology, and we know this because the FBI and law enforcement told the public that the bullet casings were inscribed with anti-fascist, aka Antifa, and furry messaging, right? So we're talking about messages that are associated with the far left, okay? And we're going to go through all this stuff. At this point, it's an undisputable fact that this guy was radicalized with far left ideology. It's an undisputable fact. But you have people who are on the internet, liberals, Democrats, trying to convince people that.
Make sure you guys go subscribe to Greg. I left his link. I watch Greg every day. This guy literally, and I don't want to disrespect him when I say that, because Greg watches my stuff. We've talked a few times. I haven't talked to him personally, like face to face or on the phone, but we messaged a few times. Greg is a good man. He's about Charlie Kirk's age. He works his ass off. He makes about 4 or 5 videos a day, and he tells the truth, man. And YouTube is kind of holding him back a little bit, but you will not find a more intelligent young man and a God-fearing, hard-working young man when it comes to politics than this young man right here. And again, if you like my channel, you're gonna love Greg. No doubt about that.
Democrats trying to convince people that the shooter was actually MAGA, a Trump supporter. To be more specific, he was far right. Okay, apparently we have far right anti-fascists now who also are into furries, right? We're going to get deeper into this, but I'm just giving you guys a sneak preview of what this video is about and how fired up I am about this, because this right here, it makes me sick. It makes me sick to my stomach to see people celebrate.
That sound familiar? Does that sound familiar, guys? Does that sound familiar?
The death of somebody simply because they have a political disagreement with that person. And then in the face of the fact that it is clear that this individual was radicalized by ideologies that they at the very least sympathize with, they just deny the truth. They deny it.
Transpired here these last 72 hours.
Von Hilliard, thank you. Everyone, please stay close. And joining us now is criminologist Casey Jordan. Casey, so much happening so quickly here this morning. We're learning as well from our own reporting that there's no indication of a prior criminal record. This is according to searches of state national public records associated with the person, Tyler Robinson. And
now remember, guys, when you're dealing with propagandists, because these aren't journalists, these are propagandists. This is an arm. When you look at MSDNC, CNN, nothing but crap, ABC, CBS, PBS, all they are is an arm of the Democrat Party. That's what they are. And this is one of the worst ones, MSDNC. Now they're BS now, or MS now. I call them BS now. They have to control the narrative. They have to control the quote-unquote truth and the story. Now watch how these people spin this, man. And this is what I'm talking about. These people are responsible. People like this and news like this and lies like this are responsible for conservatives and God-fearing people or common sense people while they're getting killed and canceled and losing their jobs. These people right here, these people are actors and they're evil, man.
his date of birth. One of the most striking details that we learned from this press conference were, again, about those bullet casings and the inscriptions, "Hey, fascist," the words, "Bella Ciao," the words, "If you read this, you are gay." What do you see as the significance?
Let's hear the spin, but let me read. And you're absolutely right, Stecken. Michelle, is in the biblical context, fear meaning to obey. Fearing God in that context is not about being afraid, scared. It's about reverence towards Almighty God. It's a show of respect and humility. Yep. Exactly.
Significance, or what the message is that he's trying to communicate here.
Because here's what happens, and let me say this. Let me give you some commentary before they speak. Here's what they do, right? Now, before social media came out, what would we do, guys? First of all, they print the money nice and slowly, right? Let me see this. I bought a Bible and have read some, but I do believe in God. Some scriptures I can't get behind. I'm open to it, still learning. Okay. And what happens is you go to work and you just go to work, and then you come home and you watch the news, right? You see these people in fancy suits and fancy studios and fancy lights and fancy setups, and they deliver the news, right? They deliver what's going on in the world. And why wouldn't you believe them, right? You're working and you come home. You don't have time to research this. Again, before the internet, you read the newspaper and stuff like that. But now what happens is when the internet came out, right? And then when other social media came out, they had to start ramping their stuff up because like, they got other sources they can look at. So we got to start ramping our lies up because we've been lying to these people all the time. We've been cooking them in a pot like a frog. But now we got to turn the heat up, especially in 2020, guys. Especially in 2020, right? And when you seen Donald Trump come in office and the lies and stuff they said about him, again, Trump is not perfect. But when you see these people, the Democrat Party in particular, and some Republicans on the federal level that want war and destruction and an open border, you see these people, it's an agenda, and they lie to us. And this is what we have to do. We have to expose this shit. Do you guys understand? But if you can't show respect and humility, fear is okay too. Yes, I sure hope nobody on here actually watches the news. Exactly. Nice. Hopefully it's in Hebrew, Greek, or King James version. Okay, understood. Michelle, that's awesome. If I can recommend, read the book of Romans as it shows who you are and what we can do. Yep. You got to be prepared what is to come. These deep state entities, they're going to do everything that they can to extrapolate this cybernetic dystopia that is based on the agenda for 2030. That's right. That's right. That's based on the amalgamation of unalivings that they have. That's connected to their Luciferian program. Yes. What logic is this? He is right wing Trump supporter that took out another Trump supporter. Does that even make any sense? No, exactly. Exactly the truth. Why would a MAGA guy take out a MAGA guy? I don't know. Ron Burgundy is the only real news anchor. Let's be real. If you're technical, add the book of Luke. So every other shooter coincidentally takes some time to scribble stuff on bullet casings before using it. Exactly. Matter of fact, let me play a video before I show this. My mom just bought me a woman's Bible study book. I hate. All right, let me show you this real quick. Sorry guys. Let me jump to this. And I'm going to show you the propaganda. I showed you Adam Mockler earlier. I'm going to show you his video before we get into this one because it's going to give some context. Adam Mockler, again, is the left-wing version of Charlie Kirk that I told you about. He's a young up-and-comer. I've been showing you about him. He made a video earlier that I watched. And again, I know we don't like the left-wingers, but we got to know our enemies to know what's up. Okay? So the video is called Charlie Kirk shooter exposes major problem. Okay? Now watch what he does, and we're going to break this down together. We got to know what the enemy's saying in order to defeat the enemy. So watch what he says, guys.
Very serious to talk about. People online are at each other's necks trying to figure out what the ideology was of Charlie Kirk's shooter. Now, of course, we condemn it on this channel, but I think that really misses the point. At this point in time, the ideology of the shooter is not as important. We are seeing
the ideology of the shooter is not important, but in a video before this, he was saying he was right wing. He was right wing. But now when they find out that he's left wing, now it doesn't matter. So now they have to control the narrative, right? Doesn't matter now that he's left wing because it doesn't matter. Because again, what they're trying to do is they're trying to attack a white male in America. They hate white male, Christian, God-fearing, gun-toting, married, straight white males. Those are the enemies. And this guy's a white guy. Watch what he says, guys.
Seeing a broader pattern pop up of young males in particular being radicalized online, using that radicalization to enact real world violence. And then it becomes a cyclical pattern where people see it happen online and do it again. Like, did you guys know that as Charlie Kirk was shot at Utah Valley University, tragically, at the very same time, there was a school shooting going on in Colorado. Now, the school shooter in Colorado has already been found. We know his motives. He was a far-right anti-Semite. That was a school.
So that's what he tells us. He's a far-right anti-Semite. Now, I have not dug into that yet. The kid that did the school shooting. Do you guys know anything about that? Because now he's saying that he's a far-right. Again, I don't know if he is or not. But he has to put that in there. All right? That white kid at that school, they're far-right. White guys are bad. Guns are bad. And the combination of white guys and guns, they're the one that's shooting up all the schools and killing everybody. King James is a good basis here. Yes.
Anti-Semite. That was the school shooter in Colorado. The school shooter in Utah, or the person who killed Charlie Kirk, we still don't quite know his exact motives.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. He hated Charlie Kirk, and he was radicalized by the left. We do know that, Adam. Clearly, and we're going to watch that in Greg's video.
They found bullet casings that said Bella Chow Chow Chow. It said something about a bulge. It was like a sexual remark. It had a meme about being gay, and then it said, "Hey, fascist, catch this." Now, people online are debating a lot about this kid's ideology.
Quick question, guys. Who says fascist? Is it the left or the right that says fascist? You ever heard a right-winger say fascist? Who says fascist, guys? Right?
Debating a lot about this kid's ideology. There's a lot of disinformation going around, so I'd be very, very careful. Like, people thought that this person who donated to Trump in 2020 was him, but he would have actually been 17 at the time, and people found out this was a 40-year-old man with the same name, Tyler Robinson. So no, 17-year-old Tyler Robinson did not donate to Trump. That was separate. But there are still indications that his family was Republican-leaning, but all evidence that we have from the official investigation that was released thus far has memes on bullet casings and anti-fascist writing. So the argument about that is really not worth having. What I do want to show you is this tweet of mine that's going quite viral. It says, "I'm 22 years old, the same age as Tyler Robinson, and I believe we have a bigger problem here. Young men are being radicalized by the internet at an unprecedented rate."
He's right. He's got that half right. Men are being radicalized. But what he's trying to insinuate is Donald Trump, MAGA, right-wing Democrats are radicalizing white men to kill people that disagree with them. That's what he's trying to say. Not the left. The left's not doing that. Both, Jerry. Yep. He did prefer. Yeah. So that's what he's saying. That the right wingers are doing all the thing. And watch the people they show that are quote unquote killers.
Which was only accelerated by COVID's social isolation, plus foreign actors trying to incentivize this type of radicalization. Now, let me just expand on that. I think it's both foreign and domestic actors who are trying to radicalize people into violence. You see it on Elon Musk's X algorithm. You see it when other countries try to boost these things with bots. It radicalizes people. Also, when I talk about COVID's social isolation, I'm not saying that's like the main primary factor, but I've seen a lot of my friends, this even happened to me too. Throughout COVID, you spend more time alone, and then you have to intentionally tear that bubble down and try to spend more time with people. I remember having to do that. I had to get back into the habit of spending time with people after COVID. A lot of young men never got back into that habit, and they never tore that bubble down. They continued to be isolated and radicalized. So I'm not blaming just the COVID isolation, but it's a piece. I then said, I've seen it happen to many of my friends. Young men spending their formative years clawing back from COVID isolation, usually spending too much time deep in algorithms. Now, people are debating whether Tyler Robinson was a far leftist or on the far right, but at this point, I don't think it matters. I think we have a larger problem of young white.
It doesn't matter, he says. But before all this stuff came out, he was insinuating that he was a MAGA guy. But now that he found out that all the stuff is leaning towards the guy was a left winger, now that doesn't matter. So now he's got to switch it up and say, okay, white guys are the problem. Doesn't matter what leaning they are. White males are the problem. Watch.
Point, I don't think it matters. I think we have a larger problem of young white men who are easily radicalized having access to guns. For example, another young white male who looks eerily similar shot up a high school at the exact same time. This 16-year-old, I believe, shot up a school in Evergreen, Colorado. This reads, quote, radicalized Evergreen high school shooter appears to hold anti-Semitic.
Quick question. Do you think he's going to bring up all the blacks that shoot people in the hood? All the black on black crime? That's where most of the murders come from, by the way. Black people killing black people. You think he'll bring that up? Or how about the trans shooters that shoot up schools and do mass shootings? Do you think he'll bring that up? Of course not. Why? Because it doesn't fit the narrative. His job is to radicalize people on the quote unquote left, young white men to hate themselves, white people, black people to make them look like victims so they can keep voting Democrat. That's why he's doing this. And it's absolutely sickening what this kid is doing.
Violent views in online comments. What about this dude? This was Tyler Robinson, who was just arrested. Again, easily radicalized white dude. Thomas Matthew Crooks had a list of a bunch of politicians he wanted to assassinate. He was also a Republican, and he was looking up Joe Biden rallies too to see if Joe Biden.
He was a Republican, he says. This kid was a Republican, he said. And he wanted to kill Joe Biden. It wasn't just about Trump. He wanted to kill Joe Biden too. Well, how come he didn't kill Joe Biden? Joe Biden was the president. Why didn't he go try to kill Joe Biden? And why was all that stuff open for him to go and try to you-know-what Trump? Why? But he wants to go kill Biden, and he's a Republican, but he went to try to kill Trump, but he didn't do it to Biden? Again, these are low-hanging fruit, stupid, idiotic people that listen to shit like this. I have 5 pew-pews now. I want to get my... Yes. It's just, if you listen to this, you're an idiot, man.
He was also a Republican, and he was looking up Joe Biden rallies too to see if Joe Biden was coming anywhere near. So he was just targeting politicians. Dudes are getting easily radical.
He was just targeting politicians, all the politicians, except he only targeted one, Adam. He only targeted one, and that was Trump. And by the way, the kid had no social media footprint. How the hell would he get around anywhere that close to Trump? Again, we got our questions about that. Second shooter, anyone?
Dudes are getting easily radicalized, and this is coming from a white dude. I'm not trying to put people down here. I'm just saying when you grow up in this gun culture, we've seen this with not only Tyler Robinson, but also the dude who tried to assassinate Donald Trump, also the shooter from just a few days ago, over and over, Thomas Matthew Crooks, Tyler Robinson, this dude, I don't even know his name, and I don't want to. They all are growing up in the same type of gun culture, easy to access guns, and then getting pulled down these social pipelines. It's happening over and over. This was Tyler Robinson's mom in 2017 on her Facebook saying having fun, SLC, showing her sons with access to guns. people who have access to this type of stuff at a young age and then get radicalized will enact violence. It's not very surprising. So to go back to my tweet, I said, people are debating whether Tyler Robinson was far left or far right. Here's the reality. At this point, I don't think it matters. Now, if you look at the stats, right-wingers do disproportionately commit violence via mass shootings. There are people who have shot up synagogues, shot up mosques, shot up Walmarts in El Paso, killing 23 people. Someone shot up a church, killing 9 black people, intentionally targeting black churches. But
listen up, black people. The white man's the enemy. Remember, the white man's the enemy. They want to kill you. They want to kill Muslims. They want to kill transgenders. They kill other white people that don't agree with them politically. This is what he's saying that the far right, quote unquote, white men do. Unbelievable, man.
I'm just saying that while the ideology does matter to some degree, I think that right-wing ideology is more pervasive. We talk about that all the time. I'm trying to paint a broader picture here. I'm trying to paint a broader narrative that everybody can understand, which is social media algorithms just radicalizing lonely people. We need better infrastructure to take care of this. And that honestly requires both sides coming together for some sort of legislation or a coherent message, but that's not going to happen. It also sucks when we have leaders in our country like Donald Trump being radical in our most formative years.
Yeah, Trump is being radical. Joe Biden wasn't radical. He wasn't radical when he opened the border. He wasn't radical when he had crime all over the country. He wasn't radical when inflation was out of control. He wasn't radical when he called basically MAGA people crazy and evil. That wasn't radical. Having an open border, all the things that he done to destroy this country, that wasn't, none of that stuff was radical. Saying men can play in women's sports, that wasn't radical. Trump is radical, guys.
So when this dude, who's 22 years old, Tyler Robinson, the same age as me, when we were, I'd say 14 years old, Trump first got elected. During our most formative years, we watched a bully-ass president use crazy radical rhetoric about locking people up. Okay, then Biden comes in office, things are kind of quiet. Then when Trump gets back in office.
Well, yeah, things are kind of quiet when Biden was there. Nobody said nothing. Mr. Dyslexia or dementia, everything was quiet. Nothing happened while Biden was off. Biden may be the second worst president in U.S. history, besides Buchanan, the president that preceded Abraham Lincoln. But nothing happened. It was all good with Biden. Everything was good with Biden. Nothing happened.
He's again using insane rhetoric during our most formative years. I then say his ideology does not matter. And this one got a lot of people mad on Twitter. Like, people on Twitter were at my neck for this. So I do want to expand in this video. Of course, I understand that right-wingers are radicalized at a much higher rate and commit violence at a much higher rate. I'm just saying in this specific case, when everybody's arguing about whether he was far left or far right, we're really missing the broader point of this radicalization that is happening. And it's so entirely easy to make.
You're missing the point, guys. White men are bad. That's the point. Forget about if he's left wing or right wing, because again, it didn't fit the narrative. So forget that part. Guns are bad. White people are bad. White men are bad. Trump bad. That's it. And you have a lot of family and friends that believe this nonsense, man.
That is happening. And it's so entirely easy to make this point because I can show you 3 dudes who look like eerily similar to each other who have all committed these shootings over the past few years or even months or days. These 2 shootings happened on the same day, for example. So then, my final paragraph, he was only at the whims of the algorithm that was radicalizing him. That algorithm could have just as easily introduced him to Nick Fuentes or introduced him to some far left ideology.
Exactly, Sin. You must have just came back. I just said that. What happened to the Transformers? Of course he's not going to show them. Of course he's not going to show the black on black crime. He's not going to show that. It's only white men that do it. I learned white guy equals bad in 2016. LOL. Who is this fool? This is Adam Mockler, guys. And I'm showing you that, guys, this because, again, we got to know our enemy. He's got 1.5 million subscribers. And he's like the left wing. I wouldn't say discount Charlie Kirk because that would be dissing Charlie Kirk. He's like a penny to Charlie Kirk's $100 bill, right? He's that version. He tries to be like Charlie Kirk. He goes out in the street. He talks to people. Obviously, he's not Charlie Kirk. He's not even a penny to $1. He's a penny to Charlie Kirk's $100 bill. But he's kind of decent, though, for that side. Sharper swords. Biden's still alive. He keeps saying the ideology doesn't matter, though. Exactly. And then he says it matters. We have to do anti-slavery for 150 years before evens out. LOL. This is truth, but crazy shit at the same time. Yes. So the real one is long gone. Phew. Yes, probably. I have 9 nephews, a dad, and a brother. I kind of like my white men. Yeah, me too. I meant to tag you, Jen. Sharper facts. We need answers on Biden pardons and so much more. Yeah. Why did you pardon all those people before you got out of office, Joe Biden? Oh, that's right. Trump bad, Josh. That's why. Trump's bad, right? Trying to lock up your political opponents, what he did to Trump. We've never seen something like that, to weaponize the DOJ like they did in New York City against Donald Trump. Sued the man for 500-something million. He had to pay 100-something million. Try to lock him up, try to shoot him, try to defame him. Everything. He threw everything in the kitchen sink at the man, and he still won. Ha works a big 100. Dems say that. Yes. He's in a home. He tripped over and made some sand on the sidewalk. He waiting to get his hip replaced. Yeah. And remember when last week they all said Trump was dead? He was out of the office for 4 or 5 days. Meanwhile, you got Biden was gone for months and nobody said nothing. When did you see him do a press conference, by the way? How's Hunter? Yeah. He means only ideology matters. Yes. His ideology. Yes. I'm white. What am I supposed to do? Exactly. If his dad turned him in, did he get his 100K? Sorry, he's still alive too. Yep. Crazy, man.
That algorithm could have just as easily introduced him to Nick Fuentes or introduced him to some far left ideology. And people get sucked down these rabbit.
See how he says night. He's trying to say left wing, far left, but then he says Nick Fuentes. Well, who's the person on the far left then, Adam? Because he won't name them because that's his team. He won't say anybody's name. He'll just, casually say the far left, but say Nick Fuentes. Who's the Nick Fuentes on the far left, Adam? He won't name that because that's his team.
To Nick Fuentes or introduced him to some far left ideology. And people get sucked down these rabbit holes. Half of his bullets had memes on them. This was not some ideologue confident in his views. This was genuinely just a dude who was radicalized throughout his life. So as this investigation continues and as everybody is at each other's necks trying to figure out what side was he on, who did he support, who was he following online, we need to return to this point that there is a major, major problem with what's going on in United States culture. And a lot of it is downstream from the internet radicalization boosted by foreign actors. And then finally, access to guns, which we touched briefly on throughout this video. But I do think that is part of the problem. When the United States has a unique problem with gun violence compared to other comparable countries in our cohort, then you have to begin to ask why. Why are people allowed to do this over and over and over? The sadistic part is Charlie Kirk was debating about gun violence when he was shot. So it's so prevalent in our culture that you can't escape the debates. And while debating it, you can't escape it yourself. I'm going to leave it there. If you appreciate these videos, and if you think...
No, we don't appreciate these videos. Like, at all. Not even a little bit. Somebody's got to watch them. And that's why I do it, so you don't have to. All right, let's go back to the propagandists. The pastor gets the 1K. At least that's what I heard. Okay, that's a good question. Hello, Maddie. Oh, Maddie's here. Hi, everyone. God bless. Hey, Maddie. How you doing, honey? How you doing? We just listened to Charlie Kirk's wife talk. So, all right, let's listen to the spin. Let's see how the propagandists spin the narrative, guys. Let's hear it.
Really, I would need to actually see these words in the way that they are on the bullet casings in the gun to make a proper interpretation. But just knowing what those words are, I'm kind of overwhelmed with how immature it all sounds and that there is no really chronic theme. I think Brandy really nailed it. You have to make of it what you want because, it's like these bulges. If you're reading this, you're gay, catch this fascist or hey, fascist, catch. It's like the rantings of a really immature child. And
some major news, a new uncovered photo of the alleged Charlie Kirk shooter shows him wearing a Trump costume in 2017. This image is going incredibly viral on social media right now.
There we go. He's wearing a Trump costume. That means he likes Trump. Right? This is Harry Sissy or Harry Sisson. Harry Sissy, guys.
Uncovered photo of the alleged Charlie Kirk shooter shows him wearing a Trump costume in 2017. This image is going incredibly viral on social media right now, and it's a post from 2017. It reads, "Happy Halloween. So weird not trick-or-treating with the boys this year. Off they go. Hashtag Trump costume." And right there is the alleged suspect, Tyler Robinson. If you zoom in, you can see that his Halloween costume that year is a Trump costume. Now, this comes after days of people on the right speculating that the shooter must be this crazy liberal with all these insane ideologies, but the alleged shooter is wearing a Trump costume reportedly back in 2017. So again, I'm not here to establish a motive. We have no idea why this guy allegedly did what he did. We'll learn in the next days, weeks.
Charlie Kirk's killer, Tyler Robinson, he's not black. He's not trans. He's not Muslim. He's not an immigrant. He is not a Democrat. Meet Charlie Kirk's assassin, Tyler.
Guys, I'm going to tell you this right now. Before Greg says it or anybody says it, I'm going to say it right now. And you heard it here first. White men, they are getting ready to double and triple down on the white man bad narrative. Thank you, buddy. On the white man bad narrative and the gun bad narrative. They are about to triple down on that shit. Mark my words, ladies and gentlemen. Hard to believe photos, videos, and phone calls these days with deepfakes. Yeah. That Trump costume was before he was indoctrinated by college. Yeah. But again, he's looked like he's standing on Trump's shoulder. So, but he got indoctrinated. I don't know what year that was. And sickening, using and abusing God's word for their own benefit. Yeah, if you took a Frank Blanchard, yeah. if you took a picture of me, I was loving Barack Obama back in 2008, 2009. So what? I don't like him anymore. If he's wearing a Trump costume for Halloween, that could be him making fun or saying Trump is scary. Yeah, doesn't have to mean he liked him. Yeah, and he wasn't wearing the costume. He had the head down like he was standing on him or something. So exactly, straight up fall, guys. Yep. Go Orthodox. None of the Pastor Hunter case. Huh? Hi, Lauren. Hi, everybody. Doubling and triple down on this stuff, guys. Watch.
To establish a motive, we have no idea why this guy allegedly did what he did. We'll learn in the next days, weeks.
Charlie Kirk's killer, Tyler Robinson, he's not black. He's not trans. He's not Muslim. He's not an immigrant. He is not a Democrat. Meet Charlie Kirk's assassin, Tyler Robinson. He is a white, Christian, conservative, Republican male with a gun again. And statistically,
now, this woman, I can't stand this woman. And Harry Sissy, I can't stand them. Again, remember, Democrats are hypocrites. That's what it means. You hear the word Democrat's a hypocrite. But again, there's two parts of the Democrat Party. They are liars and actors, okay? This woman is an actor. The guy you watched before is an actor. And Harry Sissy is an actor, okay? And people that vote for these people are stupid and dumb and idiots and demons. Got it? Good.
when all of this was going on, when Fox News started declaring war, when Jesse Waters and Laura Ingraham, which recklessly tried to rile up their base, that somehow the left was in charge of this. Statistically, I knew that this was probably a white male, as all shooters are. And this seems to be...
all shooters are white males, guys. All shooters are white males. I didn't know that. Really? I thought transgenders were girls. Are you, because it's always men turning into women. So are you misgendering these people, lady? Because you said they're all men. There's a lot of transgenders. They're girls, remember? But oh, that's right. You can't talk about that.
MAGA-grown terrorism. MAGA is a culture that embraces unrestricted access to guns.
Wow. I'm speechless. I can only imagine. Oh, I can't imagine. I actually can't imagine because I have a soul. So no, I can't imagine what type of person you must be to knowingly gaslight and lie to your followers about what you know is the truth about this guy. I just cannot imagine what type of human being must you be in order to willingly do that with a straight face. So we're going to get into it. Let's go ahead and get into it. Again, like I told you guys, these people are claiming that this dude is a Republican, which is not true. His family is a family of Republicans. There's no evidence that he is Republican. But even if he was Republican, Republican is a party. It's not an ideology. What I'm concerned about, what is his ideology? I think you dumb down the conversation when you start talking about
This is why I love Greg. Greg's commentary is so good. Did you hear what he just said? It's not about the party. It's about the ideology. Great point, Greg. Great point. It's not about Republicans or Democrats. What is your ideology? Again, you dumb down the conversation, like he said, by just saying Democrat, Republican. Great point, Greg. Love this kid, man.
But even if he was Republican, Republican is a party. It's not an ideology. What I'm concerned about, what is his ideology? I think you dumb down the conversation when you start talking about Democrat, Republican. Again, those are just political parties, okay? The political parties have ideologies, but it's not black and white. There's a whole lot of gray, okay? In this scenario, right, in this situation, what is clear is that he does come from a family of Republicans, okay? But a high school friend confirmed to The Guardian, okay, according to The Guardian, that this guy was a leftist, right? The friend who The Guardian interviewed said that Robinson was pretty much left on everything and was, quote, the only member of his family that was like really leftist. The rest of his family was very hard Republican, like gun loving, everything, the friend said. He was really the only one that was on the left.
Well, what it sounds like to me, ladies and gentlemen, is a young man that grew up in a conservative household. He got radicalized being online. Again, Adam Mockler was correct, except it was on the wrong side of the aisle. He got radicalized. Because I know a lot of people like that. I know a lot of parents that have either or, mostly left-wing kids, because again, college is an indoctrination camp. And he got because again, he wasn't outside touching grass. Now he did grow up learning how to shoot guns. So you combine radicalization from the left, MSDNC, CNN, nothing but crap, all these left-wing medias, college, school, all these things online that he's watching. Plus he knows how to use a firearm, and he's probably on some kind of antidepressant medicine. What did you think was going to happen? But they'll tell you that's MAGA doing that, guys. That's what they'll tell you. People that love America, and you saw that. What would have happened if a left-wing person would have got killed and shot? They would have tore down the city. What did they do in Utah? They did nothing. They just prayed. They didn't tear down the city like they did it in the liberal cities. Did they? No. These people are liars, and they make me sick. Literally, we on the same page. You do work. You do the work. Your boss is the man, and we bless you. Yes, facts. Exactly. Exactly, Richie. You know what time it is, brother.
The friend said he was stunned when he saw the news on Friday that Robinson was the suspect in the Kirk case. I knew he had strong political views, the friend remarked, but I never thought it would even go near that far. So again, what we have here, confirmation from anonymous friend, right? Anonymous, but it matches up with everything that we know about the guy.
So who are you going to believe? Some left-wing commentator that doesn't know him, or one of his friends? And also all the writings on the shells. And again, context clues. Why would a MAGA person kill a person that got MAGA in office? That doesn't make any sense, does it? I don't know. It doesn't to me.
Okay, which is that this guy, although he may have been raised in a conservative Republican family, he was elected. But for whatever reason, liberals, Democrats, progressives are acting as if it is impossible. It is totally impossible for a left-wing extremist who hates Charlie Kirk to come from a Midwestern conservative family. Except we can easily find that on networks like CNN, for example.
I hate Charlie Kirk. I think he's actually a Satan spawn, but he's very, very strategically minded.
Wow. Again, according to these leftists, it's impossible. This doesn't exist. A far-left extremist that hates Charlie Kirk. Something that was said openly on CNN. And CNN just nodded along to this. They platformed this, okay? CNN platformed this. A white male from a conservative family in the Midwest, it is impossible for them to hate Charlie Kirk and to be a far-left extremist, except it's so not rare that you can find it on CNN, that it's literally platformed on CNN. That's how common this is. These people are pretending like they've never heard of liberals coming from conservative parents, right? You know, the same people who always complain about how conservative their parents are, right? These progressives, oh, I don't like my parents. I'm disavowing my parents. I'm disowning my parents because they support Trump. Now they're pretending as if it is impossible for a progressive, a far-left extremist to have conservative parents, or to be raised in a conservative household, or to have parents who are Trump supporters. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. So anyways, when it comes to the actual shooter, what he believes, again, it is clear that his ideology is far left. Okay. Let's start with what he allegedly told his family at a dinner that set them off. Now, again, his family, I'm pretty sure most of you guys know the story, right? His family, his father was a sheriff, and his father turned him in along with the minister as well, too, after apparently he came back home, right? So he ended up driving home after assassinating Charlie Kirk, and his family recognized him from the photos and the videos and the stuff that the FBI was putting out, and they ended up turning him in. And apparently he didn't want to be turned in at first. There are reports that he would rather off himself than be turned in. Okay, or at least that's allegedly, what had happened. So let's read about this. Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin, Tyler Robinson, made chilling remarks about the conservative commentator during a family dinner in the lead up to his murder. Robinson, 22, brought up Kirk's visit to Utah Valley University on September 10th and spoke of his dislike for the 31-year-old MAGA influencer. Family members told investigators. The family members also told police Robinson had described Kirk as, quote, full of hate and spreading hate. Yeah, so let's pause here because I have to break down, again, why is it that these conspiracy theories from these leftists who are in denial, okay, about the reality of this situation, why their conspiracies are so stupid. They're basically trying to claim that this guy was some Groyper, a Nick Fuentes fan, and this far-right Groyper decided to assassinate Charlie Kirk because Nick Fuentes didn't like the fact that Charlie Kirk wasn't far-right enough. That is the theory, right? That's the theory. This theory makes absolutely zero sense, okay? Because, again, we already know that Antifa ideology was inscribed on the bullet casing. So apparently we have Antifa, Groyper, Nick Fuentes fans now, right? Apparently that's a thing according to these leftists. But furthermore, what type of far-right extremist would assassinate somebody because they're full of hate and spreading hate, right? How many times have you heard a far-right extremist talk about people spreading hate, right? How many times have you ever heard that from a far-right extremist? I don't think I've ever heard that. But I have heard from a lot of leftists about being so concerned with people they disagree with spreading racism, hate, and bigotry. Now, again, I just want you guys to use your brains, okay? Use your common sense. This can't be too hard to figure out, right? Which extremist, far right or far left, is more likely to be concerned about hate or spreading hate? A far right extremist or a far left extremist? This is not complicated. Again, anybody that is pretending that this dude is not a far leftist, again, I have no words. You're just as bad as the people that are celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination. You're at the same level at this point. If you cannot acknowledge the obvious, okay? Robinson's comments raised a red flag among his family, so much so that they told police about the conversation following his arrest for Kirk's murder. It was Robinson's father who ultimately turned his son into law enforcement. Sources told the Daily Mail that Robinson confessed to his father, Matt Robinson, who owns and operates a construction company. Matt had recognized his son in photos shared by the FBI and confronted him about the shooting. Yeah, so again, extremely sad situation. The kid comes from a good family. He was raised the right way, and something led him astray. And again, that's the real conversation we should be having. How is it that a kid that comes from a good family?
Yes, I do, Sharper. I do. I'm not a person, Sharper, that thinks like everything is a conspiracy. I think he did do it. Do I think he worked by himself? I don't know yet. But I think he did do it until I see some more information. Based on the information I have right now, Sharper, I do think he did it. What do you think? I gotta get ready to get out of here soon, guys. I didn't name it. This is not like a Fat Zap Friday. This is just me chilling out a little bit because I've already done a live already, and I got a couple things I got to do. But 100% not a Christian. He wouldn't have forgotten the commandment of thou shalt not murder. Yep. But we'll finish this up, and I got to get up out of here, guys.
How do they become so radicalized in the opposite direction to then assassinate one of the leaders of the conservative movement? How does that happen? That is the real conversation that has to be had. But it's a conversation that the left, they desperately don't want to have, which is why they're in denial about why this happened and the ideology behind it. But to me, right, if you use your common sense, the answer is staring us right in the face. This kid went to university. When he left his parents' household and he went to university, that's probably where the radicalization started, because we know how far left these institutions have become. Yes, even in a place like Utah, the educational institutions can be far left. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And he could be radicalized. And furthermore, right, if he spent so much time online as reported, yeah, it is totally possible that the radicalization could have started in university, and then he went online and delved deeper into it and got more radicalized online. Absolutely 100% possible. That's actually probably what happened. That's the most likely scenario that led up to this, to be honest with you. Let's dive further into the evidence here, okay, that this guy was a far left extremist. Let's talk about the words that were allegedly inscribed on the bullet casings. Bella Ciao, okay, what is the meaning of this phrase that people are associating with Antifa? One of the phrases scrawled on a bullet casing belonging to Charlie Kirk assassin Tyler Robinson is a lefty Italian anti-fascist phrase associated with World War II. Oh, Bella Ciao, was written on one of 3 unfired casings recovered after Kirk's killing, Utah Governor Spencer Cox said during a press briefing Friday morning in announcing the arrest of the 22-year-old suspect. The slogan is the title of an anti-fascist song popularized after World War II by left-wing Italian partisans. Singing the song is a hallmark of Liberation Day in Italy, which is celebrated every April 25th and commemorates the fall of Benito Mussolini's fascist regime, though there is no evidence that the song was known or popular at the time of the conflict. The slogan has been embraced by the global left and was famously sung by trade unionists in May 2023 to taunt conservative Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni. Yeah, so what you have here is a phrase that is associated with the Antifa theme song, right? This is literally the theme song of Antifa. In fact, if you go on TikTok and you look it up, you can literally see people on TikTok waving Palestinian flags, which is associated with what? The far left, Antifa. Okay, it's associated with the communist movement. Okay, they're literally using this song in their advertisements online. Now, I'm not going to play the song because of copyright, but that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. But again, somehow, some way, again, this is associated with the far right. Far right, according to Blue Anon. Okay, fascinating stuff. Let's go to some more inscriptions that were allegedly on the bullet cases. You have this.
All right, I think you guys get the point. I want you to go and watch this video on your own because I got to get my grandson some din now. Hi, little flipper. How are you doing today? But I appreciate you guys coming in. It's not Fat Sat Friday today. This is Freedom Friday today. I'll probably get back to regular scheduled programming probably next week. But I'll be here tomorrow. I may do a Satoshi Saturday. I may not. I don't know. But I'll come live tomorrow. And we'll try to have some fun and stuff like that. I appreciate you guys so much for being here again. This is my second live. I did a 2 hour and something change one earlier today, and I wasn't really planning on coming on today, but I've been here almost 3 hours, so I got to spend some time with my grandson, man. I got to cook him some dinner and do some other things. So I really appreciate you guys coming in. Thank you guys so much for all the love, the dedication, and the zaps and the time. I really, really appreciate you guys, man. And this is going to be, like Backpacker said, Jerry 2.0, I guess. And I'm going to make some tweaks and stuff to what's going on. But again, we're going to pick up the baton and we're going to fight against this evil. And Bitcoin is going to be one of our tools, but we're going to use a lot of our tools and all of our tools in the toolbox. All right. Thank you guys so much. And remember, there's only one way to defeat this evil and put God first. Put God first. Love your family. Spend time with your family. And love your country. You know what I mean? And be a representative. Be the best version you can be. And remember, your energy is life, and your life is energy. Your work is your energy. And there's only one way to save that energy and the best money in the world. And if I had to take a guess, I'm pretty sure you guys already know what that is. It's the best way to save. And for me, the only way to save. And that's Bitcoin. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. I'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless you guys. Peace and love, guys.